Hey kids, what's going on? What's going on? You can't tell me what's going on. What's going on? Who knows what's going on?
Where's your wake the neighbors and phone the kids or whatever it is you normally say?
Wake the kids, phone the neighbors. It's episode 24 of the 1 6-pack. We made it to 24. We're almost at our silver anniversary. Is that what that is?
Sure. Sounds good. Silver sounds great.
Thanks, DJ. Yeah, silver anniversary. So that's pretty cool. 25 episodes next week. But this is the 24th. And we are traveling back to 2020. Why?
Yeah, just seeing the name.
There's no reason.
Down there. Not liking it. Just seeing the 2020 down at the bottom there, I'm not liking it.
I got to tell you, when I was typing it, I'm like, oh, God, I don't even want to think about it. I don't even want to think about it. It's over. It's done. But, you know, we're a little bit late with the 2020 top 10s, but we wanted to do it anyway. So here we are. Who are we? This is who we are. I'm Trevor. Down at the bottom there in the beanie is TJ. In the middle there with the hair is Tom. TJ is broadcasting from his closet tonight, right? TJ?
It's from my closet tonight. I'm very excited to be working at my wife's desk.
He'll be changing wardrobes in between.
I am.
Numbers.
You're only like
my shooting
4
desk.
feet from your normal desk, aren't you? I think your normal desk like right.
It seems like ages ago I had a desk that I could use. I don't.
Oh, that's right. Did you lose your desk?
It's here, but like I can't use it when my wife is working.
Oh, is it just covered with shit?
No, she has like 5 fucking like lights here. Like it, I shoot with like my own lights.
Yeah,
it just doesn't work.
All right, I'll believe you.
It doesn't work, man.
I believe you. All right, we got anybody in here yet? No.
That's fine.
Shocked. You know what I'm expecting tonight?
What's that?
You know who I'm expecting tonight?
Who are you expecting?
Rob.
Rob. But it's like
Rob
2 a.m.
Yeah, he's working the late shift tonight.
So
he said he was going to join. I mean,
that'll be awesome. I would love to.
I haven't seen anything yet, so I think he was lying to me.
I hope he didn't throw everybody off with the 9 o'clock. I tried to tell everybody it was 9 o'clock, but whatever. We're doing this for ourselves.
Hey, I like the little later time for us personally, because normally I have to like stop working and then return to work right afterwards.
Yeah, me too. And I got to sit and watch WandaVision with my wife, which was. Did everybody watch it?
Yep.
Yeah.
That sounded resounding positivity right there on the bottom there, TJ. What do you think? No spoilers.
No, it's. I expected a immediate change into the second episode.
I did too, but I liked the gradual change. I understood it. I mean, like the second one was based on, well, I won't go into spoilers, but based on a later TV show that came out, and I immediately recognized that, and it was kind of cool. I like what's happening. I hope
episodes are there.
4 more episodes before we start getting some like
9.
I think 9.
Okay.
I remember being 1 more than I expected, and I think I expected 8, and then they announced that it was 9. I think.
Okay.
But I feel like it's going to be one of those like, it's going to be a slow build. Like I don't think we're going to break what we see. The veneer isn't going to shatter until like the last 2 episodes, but when it shatters, I'm expecting like craziness. But we'll see. I'm excited.
Yeah. I'm expecting some. I mean, we already. Well, again, I'm not trying to do spoilers here, but the second episode was a little bit of a crack.
Yeah.
So like I'm expecting more and more of that to be like, okay, they're getting in on the idea of what the F is going on, and we're getting in on the idea of what the F is going on. But yeah, but like you said, like not until the last 2 episodes do you really understand.
I think, and trying to again skirt any spoilers, I think it's really we're learning who the people in this town are, and we'll see their reactions to things to kind of see where they are and they play in the grander scheme of things, which is what I'm more excited about, the slow build. Yeah. So we don't know who plays what role until like later. Yeah.
I've seen some spoilers, and I think I know a couple of people in there who are going to be important, but I'm not sure. There's a lot of people that are like, I wonder what, she could be.
I love to stay away from spoilers entirely because, like, I want to be like, ooh, like if Doctor Strange shows up, I want to be like giddy when I see it on screen. Like
yeah, me too. Like I don't try to read them, but I was just like looking at like not even previews, not even people who know what's going on, but this was all pre-show, like based on the trailers.
Yeah,
this is what could be, you know, this person, it should be this person, whatever. Anyway, we digress. It's good. And I'm really loving, you know, my wife said to me, I'm like, I kind of wish we could watch another one. I'm like, yeah, me too. But I do really like the week by week.
I don't.
No, I like it because here's why I like it, because I like being able to, we're all kind of on the same page. And anybody who's like really into it is like with The Mandalorian is going to watch it on Friday. And we're all on the same page on at least by Sunday, you know what I mean? And we've all watched it and we're not all ahead. You know, if The Mandalorian all came out one day, it's over, man. That's my whole freaking day. I'm watching the whole goddamn thing. I'm consuming it all.
But then I wouldn't have it all spoiled before I go to watch it like on Friday when I get out of work, which is what happens. I'm like, oh, everything they have in that episode, I already know because I'm on the internet all day for work and you can't avoid it because Star Wars fans just want to hammer it with you, be like, this character shows up and this is what that can mean and this is what happens and all this other. And I'm like, please don't post.
Well, do you need to be on social media for work? I'm just kidding.
I will come at this for two things. Sometimes yes. And then sometimes no. But even when it's no, why should I feel like I have to stay off social media when people can just, you know, keep it in their pants on the first day it comes out?
Yeah.
I shouldn't feel like I should have to stay off of one of the major 2021 modes of communication. That's how I talk to both of you guys most of the time. That's how I talk to like people all around the world every day. And like they message me. Should I just be like, sorry, I don't talk to people on Fridays and Saturdays anymore because I don't have time to watch The Mandalorian until Sunday. But no one would be okay with that.
I know, but like people, we're getting on a tangent, but I like it. Nestor, what's up, buddy?
Hey.
People get like Jack would say like because he's over in England and he would watch it first. I've tried to stay up to watch it the night before Mandalorian I'm talking about. Yeah. And he would say, oh my God, stay off the internet. Just watch it. If you can't watch it right away, just stay off the internet. And I didn't stay off the internet, but I stayed away from groups that I knew that would be spoiling shit. Mainly Facebook I didn't look at. Instagram is, I don't know, the people I follow are pretty good about it. I mean, nobody's really, if you don't get into stories and, you know.
Well, that's it. Like, so I mostly, whenever I go onto Instagram, I honestly don't look at my feed that often anymore. I mostly go straight for stories.
Really?
Yeah, because that's where people are people, you know? The feed is, here's the work I'm putting out, but the stories are, this is what I'm up to today. Like, this is where you kind of get to like actually talk to people about, oh, you're doing that. Oh, you just got that figure in. Okay, let's talk about this kind of stuff. Oh, you watched that? Okay, that's cool.
That's fascinating.
Yeah, that's
fascinating from because I do social media as part of what I do, and that's interesting that you just that's where you go immediately, and that's where you mainly live on Instagram.
Yep. Instagram is, I do stories normally first. Yeah.
I'm not going to talk about, what is the last thing I'm going to say? We can talk about this offline, but Facebook, do you ever go to the stories on Facebook? I
deleted Facebook back in April.
Yeah.
So I have not been on Facebook.
I'd like to delete Facebook. I got to be honest, there's only two reasons I stay on Facebook is because I've got some people who follow me there and the Mythic Legions group and ACBA. That's it. I mean, really, there's no other reason for me to be on there.
I count on you for my Mythic Legions news.
Yeah, and my family. That's the only place I can ever see my father. So, you know, whatever. All right. We got a lot of shit to go here. So let's
do we?
What's the correct time to post a spoiler, Nestor wants to know. Well, yeah, I gotta say 5 days.
I think a week is safe, but I feel like Disney is telling you 3 days and then it's fair game. Because like
I'd say 5 days.
Yeah.
But that's just out of courtesy. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you know, if everybody's courteous about it.
I don't even think about posting stuff until a week after myself. But
yeah,
I know like when it came to Mandalorian specifically, the Star Wars account, the Disney's accounts, they were posting stuff the following Monday. So they gave you 4 days, pretty much 3.5 days to get your act together to watch that stuff before. But I think it's still common courtesy to wait a week.
Putting up stills and shit. Yeah. I mean, yeah, nobody, I mean, I don't know. I mean, as far as like images and stuff, it'll be 6 months before I post something that's relevant to a show. But I mean, I think with the Razor Crest episode of The Mandalorian, and Boba Fett, I just came out and posted, "Wow, that's it." That day, which means nothing. Except
I think I wrote, "Ooh, I like a Star Wars." I think that's what I wrote.
That's so much better. I'm going to steal that. I'm totally
I don't know. I just feel like, it's easy enough to say, "Hey, you like that thing," without having to be like, "Oh my god, that moment! Oh my god, when this thing happened and that thing happened. What about that?" Like, no, just say,
just
this is cool.
Wow, or thumbs up, or damn, or whatever.
Today I wrote, "I'm happy the MCU is back." That was my reaction to WandaVision. That's it.
Yeah, that's all you need to do, really. Yeah. I mean, what do you need to say? All right, what are we drinking, boys? More importantly,
I'm not drinking anything.
I saw you drinking something.
You were drinking something.
You mean like right now?
Yeah.
Right now, nothing.
Well,
what were you drinking before?
I was drinking Coors Light.
That made me laugh, by the way.
I saw you laugh because that's all you do. You laugh. You fucking laugh at me.
So I don't want to get into a deep discussion about it, but so this is like I missed this whole like dry January thing. Like I don't know what I guess that's a movement.
Is it?
No, I see a bunch of people posting about that.
No, I don't know. I think maybe like the start of the year was just a good kind of baseline.
I think it's as much of a thing as No Nut November. And, fuck that.
I'm not familiar with that.
What is the beard one? That's for a charity or something like that.
No, it's Movember.
Movember. I can't.
Yes.
I just can't, man. Today was National Bagel Day. That's all I know.
Is it?
Huh.
I like bagels.
Yeah, bagels are good.
Was there a lot of memes of that one scene from Into the Spider-Verse? That guy getting hit with the bagel.
I should have put that up. Yeah. What are you drinking, Tom?
I got Green Flash Tropical Hazy DNA, which is a hazy IPA. I've been really into hazy IPAs lately. The San Diego Brewing Company. It's good. I like it.
Nice.
Bought a case of these last weekend, and down my last 2.
Nice. I'm drinking. It's called Breckenridge. It's
I know Breckenridge.
Barrel oak whiskey. Barrel oak aged whiskey. It's my guy down at the. I have a guy down at the liquor store. How bad is that? Is that bad?
No.
Okay. All right. Good.
It's not like you need a dry January like I do.
You know what? I'll ask my wife. My wife has never seen me drunk.
That could be part of the problem, though. You could probably drink so much that she's never seen you drunk. You know what I mean?
I think it is part of the problem. I'm not really sure, but it's not like I exist in a normal, world. Like I day drink or anything like that. It's just like I takes a lot to get me drunk. Anyway, this was recommended to me as my wife got me a bottle of Blanton's for Christmas, and Blanton's is delicious, but like precious. So hard to get, a little expensive, so I try not to drink that all the time. So I got this, and it's very good.
I think, and I could be entirely wrong. Breckenridge, do they make a dual cask scotch as well, where it's like it's been aged in oak and then moved to a sherry cask halfway through?
Possibly. This is my first introduction to this brand, so I don't know. But I know that they had a couple on the shelf there. This is the one he recommended to me. It's the oak barrel, and it's very good. Because he said it was very much like Blanton's, and he actually said he liked it better than Blanton's. I'm sure he was just trying to sell it to me, but whatever, that's fine. It is good. So
if he tries to sell you, then he's not a good guy to have at the liquor store.
No, he is a good guy, because like I've come in with some very expensive, like, hey, I want this. And he'll steer me towards something that's like, even in wines, like that's cheap, but really good. He's like, this is a $15 bottle of wine. It tastes like an $80 bottle of wine. Buy it. And he's got $80 bottle of wines, bottles of wine there. So, he's a good guy.
Okay.
That's Moon down at, I don't even know the name of the liquor store, honestly. It just opened up, so he's great. If you're in Babylon, New York, check him out.
What's up, Jordan?
What's up, Jordan?
All right, let's get on with this thing. All right. Who's going to start? Who wants to start first? Who's got their shit ready to go?
TJ,
Tom?
I'm not ready.
No?
Wait, how am I supposed to be ready? Was I supposed to have pictures up?
So what we're going to do is we're going to go through our top 10s. We're going to start with number 10. We're going to do like a round robin at number 10. Then we'll go to number 9 and so on and so on.
Ooh, pressure. Hold on.
Wait, hang on 1 second. We were supposed to order these in like our favorite to number 1 because I
How do you get that note?
How do you think you do a top 10 list?
Well, they could be unordered, unweighted. If they will.
Who orders a top 10 list? That's a top 1 list. That's
Fine,
I can, Tom. I can do it.
Okay,
I'll
do it.
Just do it on the fly.
right now.
No, right now. Do it right now.
Do it on the fly. This is why there's only 3 people watching us. This is, you understand.
Oh, is this why?
It's 4.
This right here. This is why.
All right, I'll start with my top 10.
Steph has joined. What's up, Steph?
I'm looking at my top 10 list.
All right, I'm going to start here because I've actually bothered to order mine.
Okay, cool. I mean, I just said I'd start, but you just jump right back in. No, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I will. I'll talk about this a little while you get your shit together. And,
my shit was together, man. Like,
He's ready.
Number 10. I don't even own. I'd like to own it, but as we were talking about before the show, I don't know if I have room for it, and I wasn't really a fan of the movie. It's good, but this figure looks incredible. 3-0, I think, is knocking it out of the park. Shit looks really good. I just ordered the Jimi Hendrix because I couldn't wait any longer. A bunch of places had sold out of it, and it looks amazing. I think the tailoring they're doing on these things is incredible, like Asmus level for the medieval stuff that Asmus does, the Lord of the Rings stuff. I think the likeness is great. I mean, I just think it looks awesome, man. It looks really good. I'd like to get it. I'd really like to get it, but I just it doesn't fit in my collection. So
I actually would think he would fit in your collection because this totally. When you pull this up, I'm like, I wasn't even considering this figure because I didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
But when you pull it up, I'm like, oh, this totally seems like a Trevor figure that he would do like an amazing shot of or have or something like that.
It would be fun to shoot for sure, and I'd love to like take some portrait shots or, I mean, environmentally, like, some light environments in the background. But like, I love a black figure with a silver sword and gold trim and stuff is just great for photography. But after I'm done with it, I'd basically have to sell it, and I have a problem with that. So like, I didn't want to get it in the first place because I just know it would be one of those things like Audrey Hepburn. I got Audrey Hepburn, and I shot her, and it was great, and I had a lot of fun with that. And then it sat there until I sold it because it doesn't fit my collection. So
okay,
but I did get Jimi Hendrix. So all right, who's next? Who's number 10? TJ, you ready?
TJ said he was ready.
You like stole my thunder, but I guess I'll come in.
Well, is this your number 10?
No.
Oh.
This wasn't even like on my anything, Zorro.
Well, how did I steal your thunder? Go. Take over the screen.
I'm going to go with Wicket.
Share your screen. Can you share your screen?
I don't know how to do that.
Oh.
And I wasn't prepared. I told you. This is my...
I thought you had pictures and everything. I said open up some tabs. All right.
No, you didn't say a lot. But...
All right.
Turn it to me before we open up it. When TJ came on, no.
So I'm going to go with Wicket. If nobody knows him, he's an Ewok.
What are Ewoks?
They're short, fuzzy bear things.
Bear thing
that kills
What's a bear?
Stormtroopers.
What's a bear? Okay.
I'm thinking,
it's a big hairy man. We're
not in that venue.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Sideshow. Yeah, Wicket. Yeah, Wicket, definitely.
I'm gonna click share screen and see what happens.
Oh boy.
Do it.
Live show, ladies and gentlemen. Live show. If you see porn, it's TJ.
If you see makeup, it's my wife's computer.
I was just gonna say, there's something comes up with blush or something or false eyelashes. It's I got them right here. I can.
This is too much work.
All right, I'm gonna share it. But Wicket, tell us about Wicket.
About the character or like the figure?
No, tell us why you like the figure.
Huge part of the childhood. Huge part of the childhood.
Yeah.
I'm reading Stephanie's message. I wish he was higher, but so many other things like just kind of popped in this year. I'll move him to 9. I don't know.
Wow, easily pushed. Usually swayed.
I know, I'm pretty easy. That's what I'll stick with it. No, Wicked 10. Really excited they actually made this figure. And it makes me hopeful that we might see like 1 or 2 more Ewoks in the future. But that being said, like I don't know how well this actually sold.
Yeah, he's still available, so I don't know either. Actually.
Yeah, he's still there, much like a handful of other figures that just aren't moving.
It's kind of surprising, actually. I wonder if the pandemic situation has kind of slowed stuff down because a lot of figures that I would have expected to sell out aren't selling out. Wow, we lost Trevor.
We lost Trevor.
We lost the host. There's like a whole bunch. He should be able to just relog in, I imagine. So we'll wait for him to return. But in the meantime, yeah, like I was shopping on there. They had a sale for New Year's Day, right? Where it was like you get $20 and 21 cents off or something like that, which is where you're talking about a 1/6 scale figure or a statue is shipping. Like not even shipping, right? And so I was kind of laughing. I almost ordered a couple things. Oh, there he is.
Yeah, that was crazy. So I don't know if my internet went out or what, but yeah.
That's happened a lot to me also hosting through this same platform lately.
Has it really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I wonder why.
I've never had. The only other time I had that was when we had the storm. But I mean, we got some wins here, but it shouldn't be that bad. So I'm sure you've already talked about Wicket. This is a great figure, man.
We did. I said so much about Wicket while he disappeared.
All right. Well, he may or may not be in my list, so I won't talk anymore about it. Tom.
I'm pulling up the picture as we speak. I pulled down pictures for all my 10 figures while we were just talking, so I'm good. I just now have to make sure it's like in the app by itself that I can stream to.
Jordan says we need another Thanos controversy.
Yeah, I saw that. Do we, though? Do we?
I'm ready.
Well, TJ's ready. Hey, we might.
You put up a hell of a fight for that, TJ. I got to say. That was...
yeah, and I vocal.
What's that?
Like a Republican. What? Nothing.
Okay. I think I requested to share my screen, but
oh, for the love of God!
There we go. All right, so this is my number 10, and the reason why he's number 10 is the Spider-Man 2099. I put him as number 10 because he almost didn't make my list at all. For a couple of reasons. I really love this suit just from the comics itself, which is the main reason why I bought him. I think Hot Toys did a beautiful job making this suit look like how it should look. But that, I think, turned out to be part of the detriment of why I have issues with this figure, too, is because the way how the logo emblem is on and how some of the red parts are stuck on, I am so afraid to pose this figure and have that, and I've seen this logo pop off of other people's figures. That is the one reason that I'm like, I love this figure so much, but it's like the one thing I want to pose him like a Spider-Man, but I feel like I can't.
Yeah.
But otherwise, he's gorgeous.
Yeah, I can totally see that. Like, I mean, they're thin little limbs on that spider, and you know, it's not like they're riveted in or seamed through on the other side. That's just glue.
It's just glue.
And you know, we got hot lights and we got that we shoot with, and you push those things. Listen, I've shot prototypes figures for companies, and like I know like really what connecting some other things, and shit falls apart, man. It just it does. And I don't blame you, but it's a beautiful figure.
It's like honestly, and that's why I felt still okay at the end of the day. I was like, I still need to pick my number 10. I felt okay with him making it just because you can actually see him. He's this figure right here. And I still like every day go onto my shelf and just like, look at him. Yeah, he is. He's very rigid. But I look at him because he's gorgeous and he looks really good. And you can honestly do a multitude of shots of him if you're doing photography, just of his face and shoulders and whatnot, and have him look gorgeous. You just can't do the crazy goofy, spidery stuff. But otherwise, he's amazing.
It's definitely, it was something like when it first came out, I'm like, oh, I gotta have this, and I held off and I held off and I held off, and I'm kind of glad I did, because again, it's like something that just doesn't, getting better at like not picking up things that just don't fit my collection, and I don't want to start a Spider-Man thing. But goddamn it, and it, despite not buying it, it just dropped off my top 10 list because it does look incredible.
And every shot I've seen of him on Instagram or online anywhere has been like, I'm like, God damn, that figure is gorgeous. And I have him, and I'm like, I love him. He's great. And again, that's why he makes my list. But yeah, and I've realized, especially after getting 2 Spider-Men and within like a month span, I got this and the homemade suit from Far From Home. I'm like, I guess I do have a big Spider-Man collection going. I'm like, I guess might as well just keep going. He's been my favorite.
You do now
character for a long time. Yeah, I'm fine with it. I'm cool with it.
I mean, really, what is it like in terms of like being a collector? What does that take? It takes 2. As soon as you have 2 of something, I guess I have a collection going.
I guess I now have a shrine to this character.
What happened to me with Boba Fett? Like, I got Boba Fett, and then I got the Empire Boba Fett, and then I got the colorway 40th Boba Fett, and now I want the animated Boba Fett, and I want the the
Mando Boba Fett will be cool when that eventually comes out. That'll be a hard one for me to deny. Do I have to transfer screen sharing to you now? Remove from stream. There you go. I think he froze again. Did we lose Trevor?
Am I there? Am I here?
I think you're there.
He's there.
You're there.
Wow. Let me. I'm going to check my Wi-Fi here just to see what's going on here.
Live show, folks. Live show.
Yeah, I may have lost Wi-Fi, so I'm on my phone.
Oh, okay.
We got
I'm
that
amazed he's your number 10. He's like real high up on my list.
Wait, wasn't this number one of last like 2 years ago?
No, that was.
No, I believe he lost out. I believe he lost out to Maul, didn't he?
I can't hear you. You weren't making sense. What?
So this is a figure I don't own, but I still keep thinking about this every once in a while. And yeah, number 9 only because I don't own it. I think it looks amazing, and TJ pictures of it make me want it even more.
This is your 9?
Yeah.
Who's your 10?
10 was Zorro.
Oh, I tuned that one out. My bad.
Jesus.
Yeah. So this is my number 9. I mean, I think if I owned it, it would be higher because it looks incredible. There's a lot of great figures.
Yeah. He's huge. He's gorgeous. That gold, I gotta tell you, they did a great job distressing that with it not being die cast to make it look like it's metal, but it looks real good.
Yeah, all the pictures I've seen of it, it looks incredible. I'm still, I don't even know. I think you can still pick this up in a couple places. Yes, I don't think you can get it on Sideshow. Maybe you can.
It's still on Sideshow.
I think it is. I think I looked at it the other day and it was still up for sale.
This is what we were talking about while you disappeared. Is like Sideshow surprisingly still has a lot of figures up. That we were thinking.
Yeah, I know. 2020 was not a great year, man, for expensive collectibles. I don't think. Although I'm surprised at how many, outside of Hot Toys, like just paying attention to things that are like limited, like Mezco, like we were talking about, sold out.
Well, we're talking about the Razor Crest, that Hasbro HasLab thingy.
Insane.
Gangbusters.
Sentinels. Insane.
Oh, I'm sorry, I can't speak to the Sentinels. I have 2 of them coming.
Me too.
Nice.
Yeah, me too. But yeah, like I could see maybe that this was maybe the fact that people bought the other Thanos, the fact that they came out with the battle damage one, although that was after this.
I do think the battle damage one cut into this one selling because I saw a lot of people being like, "Oh, I should return or cancel my pre-order of this one to get the battle damage one."
Really? Yeah,
I was shocked.
Yeah, I mean. unless I'm going to have two of a figure, I don't want just the battle damage one on the shelf representing the figure. I could see this. I mean, again, we were just talking about. I just got 2 new figures added to the Guardians shelf, but I could see this going on the Guardians shelf. I got Hulk on the Avengers, so I can't fit 2 of them. But I don't know. Maybe we'll see. Anyway, TJ, you're up.
I just look at my list. This is not in order. I'm gonna go.
Do I need to bring up a picture for you?
Yeah, of course you do. I'm gonna go with Gamora.
I have her up if you want me to pull her up.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
So why Gamora? How Gamora? When Gamora?
I think they really nailed the sculpt. The only this would have been slightly higher, but like after 3 years of waiting, I forgot that it was even coming.
Trevor, we're seeing your screen, just so you know.
Oh, are you? Oh, sorry.
Best Gamora I've ever seen.
You got it? There we go.
There we go. Yep, there we go. There she is. Gorgeous figure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just got this in. It's fantastic, man. It's definitely on my list.
She's on my list too. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You have her at number 9, TJ?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
My bottom 5 it's kind of flexible.
Well, you didn't really put them in order, so.
I know. When I accidentally sent that list last night.
I think, yeah, she's a great upgrade over the previous one too. Like, she's very solid. The hair looks much better. The face looks better. I think the outfit's better. The fact she doesn't have seamless arms is a big. Can't stress enough. Big win.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I mean, what's the outfit on the first one?
She's wearing the blue, like
it's short sleeved, right?
No, there's no sleeves. It stops here.
Oh,
it's
right.
Like tank. It's not a tank top. It's a sleeveless full body suit from top to bottom.
Well, you wouldn't want jointed arms in that case.
I don't care about joints. I'm buying toys. They're figures. I'm not one of those people that's like, I can see a joint on my action figure. I'm like, yeah, it's an action figure. I don't care.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing because I think I don't know. I think there are people who 1/12. I don't care. You know, I mean, like I shoot Marvel Legends. They're gonna have joints.
Yeah,
I think it's gotten to the point because of the technology, which is the wrong term. But with the Fison bodies and things like that, the people have come to expect that. And if you were to put that figure out with sleeveless arms, with regular hard plastic, jointed.
Let me stop you there for a second, because Hot Toys seamless is not the same thing as Fison seamless.
This is the issue. That's the issue. That's the crux of the problem. Yeah, exactly.
If Hot Toys,
nobody knows how long Fison is going to last either, like in terms of longevity.
But it's more than 1 or 2 arm bends. That's what happened to my Gamora. I bent her arm twice, and all of a sudden there's a white crease going right through the middle. That's why I will never buy a seamless Hot Toy until they say we now use Fison as our bodies.
Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, and it's interesting because Sideshow's teamed up with them for their what's that line? That death line, the
Court of the Undead or Court of the
Undead line, and they look great, and it's good material. Like there's even a difference between the feel that's like almost squishy and whereas the Hot Toy stuff is that early on like harder.
Yes, it's very hard. I don't know why, but like you got the Hulk from the Avengers, so my Hulk has no issue whatsoever.
No,
it's weird. But the smaller bodies, I don't know if it's the same material and it's just within like a thinner structure or what, but it's like the smaller bodies have issues where the bigger bodies don't.
Yeah. I don't know that I have any. I'm trying to think if I got any Hot Toys with seamless arms.
Thor? What Thor do you have?
I have the Avengers Thor, so he's got the silver. Well, that's seamless. Yeah, that's seamless. Yeah, which is
but if it's the silver, it's different because it's like a different material over the arms. If it's like, I don't know why. Again,
is that material over a jointed arm?
It was on my original Avengers Thor. I don't know if it is because you don't have the Avengers. You have the Dark World Thor, right? That's the Thor you have.
No, it's Avengers. It's the silver almost, or it's not Avengers. It's
How long is the hair? Is the hair all down or is it tied back?
It's the second movie. What is it?
Dark World. Oh, Age of Ultron. That's the same thing.
Age of Ultron.
Yeah,
Age of
okay.
Ultron.
Again, that's the same body, I think, as the Dark World.
I thought that was molded with the silver. It's so tight. I can't imagine that's just like a sleeve over the top of that.
Yeah, I only know from the original Avengers movie 4, which I had and sold, there was a jointed arm underneath a silver like rubber sleeve that it went in.
That's possible. Yeah, I mean it's possible. But that's it. I mean, I don't have anything else. I think that has bare arms, so I haven't really experienced that. But I've heard from you and many other people. But yeah, back to this. I think it's a definite improvement in sculpt, and the clothing looks great. The sculpt is just amazing. The hair, I think I love it. It's great. It's a little I mean, hair is difficult to deal with. If you want it over a shoulder and stuff, you're gonna have to do some work.
Hair is very difficult to deal with. But
whatever. I'd rather have that. I don't know why they didn't do Qui-Gon with real hair. It really irritates me. But whatever. Who's up? Tom.
It'll be me. And my number 9 is this guy. And the reason why he's number 9 instead of higher is mainly just because I don't have him yet. So I can't really speak to how great he is, but I think he looks. All the pictures I've seen look amazing. I guess I'm in the minority. I like the head that the one that TJ you have came with. I don't like the fact that they're going to reuse the Mark 50 head now. I guess with the rolling change that they're doing, but I think it looks great. I'm excited to get this guy whenever he comes to the States.
So they switched it out and they're giving the new one now as opposed to both of them.
I thought they were switching it to the head that came with the Mark 50.
I thought that was still a rumor.
I don't know.
I'm
just taking that as like I think I could have sworn I saw that. Again, this is coming from like somebody's Instagram post being like, "Oh, they're swapping it for this." So it's secondhand telephone.
Well, they are swapping it, but I thought that it's not a swap if you've already got it. It's just they're going to send you the new head, so you're going to have both of them. But now, when they're shipping like new product, are they just swapping it out and like you're going to get this new one instead of the one that we originally included?
The only reason why I thought they were going to be taking out the head that's coming with the Mark 85 right now and putting in this other one is because remember when they did the rolling change for Deadpool?
Yeah.
That figure just kind of came out and he didn't come with like an extra set of hands or anything like that with new joints or anything like that. They fixed it and those figures just came to the States. The updated version is what we got here in the States. Gotcha. So I figured we were just going to get the updated version of the 85 with a different head, which I don't want. I want the new head that they originally released with this.
Yeah, I didn't think that looked too good, but I don't know.
I thought it was better than the Mark 50 head, personally. I thought it looked a little thinner than what RDJ looks like, but I thought the facial structure here looked better. But,
yeah, there were elements of it that looked better, but I just thought overall it looked a little too gaunt. It just looked a little too.
Also,
weird.
Though, that is him after spending how long out in outer space without food and whatnot. Then again, I guess we had a 5-year time jump, so who knows?
Yeah, it's almost like maybe they did base it on that. You know what I mean? Maybe they based it on screenshots from that. But I can't imagine that they wouldn't have had the right references or whatever. All right, that's number 9. Number 8 for me is going to be, how do I stop my screen? This could be a little more seamless, but whatever.
Everything could be more seamless. Like better seamless arms.
So I thought the Mark 7 had come out in 2020, but prior to the show, everybody told me, no, that came out in December of 2019 or November of 2019. I guess I didn't get it until January of 20. So that was going to be my number 8. So I'm swapping it out for Nebula, which I just got and looks amazing. Hadn't been in the top 10 before, but squeaked in there. Great figure. I'll be honest, I haven't taken it out. I haven't put it through its, move the joints or anything like that. But from what I see, it looks great. I'm gonna be posing it fairly museum pose anyway, so I won't be stretching it to its limits. The only thing I see here as an issue is those pants, really. I mean, in terms of posing, everything else looks good.
This is the first figure that hit this list that all three of us have coming or have already.
Yep. Oh, that we've all ordered, that we all have. Yeah.
Mine, I told you before we started the show, but mine charges today, so I should have her next week. Yeah, she's in my pile. I did open it up for like 2 minutes and looked at it, and it looks incredible. I can't wait to put it together and really have some time to play with it. I play with my toys. TJ, number 8.
8. Tough one.
You gonna pull this up, Tom, or no?
Well, I don't know. It depends on what he says.
Maybe he should have given us.
I have my number 8. I have my number 8. It's Spider-Man 2099.
I can pull back up the picture I had before.
Sure.
Okay.
Spider-Man 2099. Now, why?
It looks.
You have this. You have this, right?
He does have this. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm asking to share screen. You got a D. There you go.
It's a great shot.
We've seen it before.
Looks familiar. Looks, like I've seen it before.
Now, do you have him in a museum pose?
I do. I did one shot where I had him bending backwards in a dive.
Mm-hmm.
But apart from that,
I remember that.
I move it right to like a museum pose.
So now I'm looking at the waist here. That's about it, right? For that waist.
I bet you can probably push it a little further, but again, I'd worry about that emblem popping off.
That's a kind of a malleable material, though, right? That emblem.
Yeah.
It is a
slightly.
It's what?
Slightly.
But it's got to keep a shape. I mean, it's not just flat, right? It's got like almost like a ridge to it or something like that.
It's ridged, it's raised. It's a rubber though, so it does bend. But because it is, as you said earlier, just glued onto the suit, you bend it enough, it's gonna be like, oh hey, I guess this glue is done.
So does that this is based on the game?
Based on the game, which is based on the comics.
Well, but the comics, you could make the argument that is sewn into material, like a Spider-Man.
The game was
wrecked.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
would much rather have this figure if that was the case, if it had been sewn into the material.
If it were sewn
but I don't know.
I could bend it, it would be freaking phenomenal, and I would probably be singing its praises. But I will say, it looks awesome that it's raised because it catches light and shadow, and it looks really good. It does look really good.
Yeah.
At this.
And I don't know that you could even the workmanship that would have to go into taking the material that the suit is made out of, it really has to be made out of because it is a shiny suit, to integrate that emblem into it and then have it be red on top of that. I can't imagine what that would take.
I will give them props. This shiny material that they're using on the suit is better than the shiny material that they use on the Iron Spider from the movies.
Oh yeah.
I mean, to me at least. TJ, you have both figures. What do you think?
I would say this is slightly more forgiving.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. I think anytime you get that really shiny. Sorry, Tom. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying it felt like the Iron Spider was like shiny material with a pleather backing, you know what I mean? Where it's like you can't stretch it as far. This feels like a stretchy, shiny material that you can actually bend and pose and do stuff with. The only thing stopping it is that red rubber.
Yeah. Yeah, I think anytime you get that really chromy, shiny material, it's just bound to crack and fall apart, man. It's just horrible stuff. I mean, it looks fantastic, but you got 2 years on that figure. All right, Tom, I think you're up at number 8.
Well, mine has already been covered before as well, but it is my number 8 was Gamora for all the reasons we already covered.
Yep. Well, you guys put her low. I can't wait to see your top 5 here. I got her.
I did organize mine, so I know what my top 5 are. I think you'll be shocked.
I got her a lot higher than this.
Well, also, I don't have this Gamora. I want to get her to replace, because I have the first version of Gamora.
Yeah.
So, like, again, it's hard for me to judge in relation to the figures I don't have,
right?
Versus, the ones.
Yeah, no, true. Who knows? Thanos might have been number 2 if I'd had him. I don't know. Yeah,
I will tell you right now, my armored Thanos is higher on my list because I have him. He is gorgeous, and he deserves that a high build.
Okay, my number 7. This is a curve. Ain't nobody gonna know probably what this is on here, but
I know what this is.
I know what that is.
Yeah,
you guys would. I don't know if anybody. So, Dorgmal Snow is somebody like I've been looking at his figures for years now, and he came out with this 13 project probably 3 or 4 years ago. I did buy the Honroku Troopers, which I did a shot of a while back. So cool. But they were a Kickstarter, and they were like a little cheaper. These are pricey.
Yeah, these are like $350, right, or more?
Oh, more.
Oh,
but almost double American.
Oh, that's why I looked at these and I was like, after seeing Felton shoot one of these girls, I was like, I want to get one of these because these are amazing. And I looked at the price and I'm like, I don't think I need one of these.
Well, yes. So like 2 or 3 years ago when he started doing these, and there was some great figures then too. One of which I do have 2 of these female figures now, and 2 of the troopers. Again, the troopers were a little bit cheaper. They were more in the hot toy range, or even less, I think, than the hot toy range, like Asmus range. And they're fantastic. But these with the sculpts and the hair and the paint and all the accessories, and he makes these by hand, and they're a very limited number. So they're absolutely worth every dollar you pay for them. But they are expensive, and it's just not something you can buy like 12 of.
My reaction was not a judgment call based on the quality of the figure. The quality of the figure is gorgeous, definitely worth the amount of effort and everything. It's just where I personally draw my line at toy pricing. That's all.
Yeah, it's because you haven't gotten into customs yet.
And I never will.
You never will. I know. And again, to me too, like even after having gotten into custom suits that cost, $350 or more dollars just for the suit, to look at a figure like this and say this is $500-$600 and go oof, but they're amazing. I mean, they're one of a kind. There's nothing like them. The faces look incredible. They shoot beautifully. I haven't shot mine yet. I will. But yeah, Felton's shot them, and they look. That's Yasky 79. Yeah.
Now to address James in the chat's question about the midsection. This is a Physine body, I believe, right? Or something similar so there is a joint underneath like a rubber bodysuit. So yeah,
it's a rubber main body, but you can see the joint on the arm because she's kind of a cyborg.
Yeah. But he was asking about the midsection articulation. Like, how does that work?
Yes, that it does move. It's not solid.
It's a metal armature under a rubber body, pretty much.
Now these are a lot more delicate than your average hot toy. I mean, you got to put all this stuff on. There's magnets. There's stuff. It's in order to get these into some dynamic poses. You got to take your time. You got to take your time with them. But it's gorgeous. I mean, it's sitting right here.
It's beautiful. Yeah, he does amazing work. I one day hope to own one, and that is after I hit the lotto for sure.
And I haven't styled her hair. Her hair got a little messed up in the thing, but just the
one that's on the picture is the one you have.
This is the one. Yeah, this is.
Yeah. I want to see you shoot her.
I know, me too. I got 2 of them. This is I forgot her name. He's got some wacky names, but her hair is incredible too. And just it's very Mad Maxy, and I love that. I love that look. They come with tons of like weapons and accessories. So I mean, again, like all this stuff, he weathers himself, he paints himself. So the price, when you look at it, when you think about somebody's doing this individually and not like
it's a good price.
Not China.
Yeah.
So easy, but it's a lot. So anyway.
Steph had a question that I don't know what she's referring to. I don't know if you see that. If you could answer, because you might know what she's talking about.
So she moves like Kier. Kier.
I don't know who Kier is.
Oh, Kier, like, is that one of them? Because I know there's a guy. Oh, wait a minute. Is there a woman named Kier? He's got a ton of characters. I mean, there's just a ton of characters. And actually, he did some Alien Marines too, TJ, which I think I sent to you. I don't know. If
I'm looking at that right now, actually.
Yeah, they're really awesome.
Up on the show when we talked about the Alien Marines before.
Possibly, and he's done some Judge Dredd female judges and stuff. I think he's taken that basic figure that who put that out? Toy
Court of the Dead. Yes, Steph, just like Court of the Dead, because Court of the Dead uses the Physine bodies. So
yeah, that's the basic core of the body, and then the arms are not. No, solid arms. So the thing is, like, that's the other thing. Like, he custom makes these bodies. You know, he puts the arms into the Physine torso, and then the legs are solid plastic too. Because again, she's a cyborg, so she's got like painted legs and stuff.
She looks like a phenomenal figure. I'm actually shocked now that she's so low on your list.
It probably should have been higher. I don't know. I guess I put it low just because there's just so many like cool things from more well-known properties, I guess, that I was really looking forward to. I always wanted to own one of these, but I had owned one prior to this one, so this was kind of my second one. So it was like the enthusiasm gap, I guess, was what it was. Okay. TJ, what are we on? Number
8. You could prep this while TJ or Trevor's going.
I am like no. I've
been talking for like a half an hour here. So
the bottom 5 are pretty interchangeable.
We haven't gotten there yet, though.
We're only at 7.
Bottom 5, not tough.
I know. I'm gonna go with Tyrion.
I don't have a photo of that, so that is on you, Trevor.
Do I have a photo of Tyrion?
He almost made my list, and again, Trevor and I were talking about this before. There's a small reason why. Small. I feel bad saying that.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
Terrible. Yes, this is an excellent figure.
Yeah, he looks so good.
I'm actually trying to share.
Go for it.
I think you need to approve it.
No, I think he just needs to unshare his.
No, I just need to approve it. There, I got it.
Oh. I don't know. Oh, there you go.
Look at that, still in stock.
You can go buy them.
169. I mean, $169, man. It's a great figure for $170.
The likeness is so good on him.
Mm-hmm.
Like he looks like that in person.
Yeah.
Figure. Go ahead, TJ.
Oh no, I was just gonna say the likeness is what got me. Let's do number 7.
That's it.
I like this one. Again, it almost made my list. It was just off, and I think because I have the first one, which this blows out of the water, likeness wise. I think by the time this came out, and this is what I think 3-0's problem with this whole line is like, it was over, man, and like, you know, unfortunately for them, the finale left people flat, and I think I would have gotten all these final season versions of this, and I don't care much anymore. And they blew it, honestly, with a couple things, like with Daenerys, the first. Well, I think they're coming out with it. They should come out with another Daenerys. But that first Daenerys, I mean, that's a key character in the show.
They borked that one,
and you blew it. You blew it. And then I went and got Brienne, and we all know, at least the three of us know, how much I love that figure.
It's your favorite figure
in the box over there.
He loves it so much.
I haven't even taken it out of the box.
So much.
You know, and then the Hound was fantastic. I love the Hound.
Really good.
Jon Snow was really good, except for the sculpt. And
you know what though? I even think that the sculpt is really good if you don't compare him to other sculpts that are on the market. Like honestly,
sculpt is good. I've seen it repainted.
Yeah,
it's a terrible paint job, just like Brienne. I think Brienne is there in their prototype shots, looked fantastic. The paint that came out on it, awful.
I'm still half decided whether or not I should order the Arya, because like I promised myself I'd get 3 figures: Tyrion, Jon Snow, and Arya from the last season. And now, like, I saw, oh, I disappeared for a second, and it didn't like sell me on it. And also, that could be partly because the show kind of fizzled and popped.
Yeah. And Arya, the first Arya, I thought was pretty good. That was one of the better figures. The second one looks just as good, but I just don't care that much anymore.
Yeah. That's the main reason why I didn't put Tyrion on my list. I love this figure. I plan on doing pictures of him with The Witcher and with my other like Lord of the Rings figures and stuff like that. I feel like he will still fit within like that same realm. But in terms of Game of Thrones as a property, it's hard to get excited by it anymore because of how that show just it farted its way out of existence.
I know. Yeah, and then like 3-0, man. I don't understand. Like they had The Walking Dead, and they've waited so long on all these properties, and it takes them so long to come out with a figure. And I know it's a project. I know I've seen the behind the scenes of putting together a figure and getting the licensing, getting the approval of the likeness and everything. But my God, like it's over, and The Walking Dead is kind of dead. You know what I mean? And they're still coming out with figures from the 3rd season. And it's like, it's over.
I get an ad now from 3-0 on my feed. Like every 5th picture, it's some guy from The Walking Dead. I'm like, okay, sure. Keep scrolling.
Yeah, he's gone. Like, Tom, I'm gonna let you take number 7, and I gotta run for a minute.
Okay. Well, it's not gonna be
make it through. I'm not gonna make it through 10. So, if you want to share your screen, or
I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm ready. My number 7 is Nebula, who I cannot wait to see in person. I have a feeling she'll jump up higher once I see her in person. And TJ, you can, obviously she was lower on your list, right?
She wasn't on my list.
Oh, she wasn't on your list. Oh, why wasn't she on your list?
She would have been, but I kept thinking she was a 2021 release. I forgot that she came out months earlier.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, because she's just like, I don't know, all the pictures I saw, like Alex's pictures and Ben's pictures, Ultra Ben and Alex Brooks, which is BG Toy Art. Like there's shots of Nebula. Like, oh my God. I was like, I cannot wait for this figure. It looks like the character from the movie has come to life. It looks amazing.
The sculpt is fantastic.
They knocked it out of the park with the sculpt. And I know Trevor said that he felt like he wishes it had a more of an expressive face. And I feel that way with all of Hot Toys figures personally. But for just flat face Nebula, they could not have done it better, I don't think.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like I'm a little surprised at the articulation.
Yeah, well, is it good?
It's not good.
Not good. Oh, that's
the pants are very restrictive.
Okay.
I just thought they were made of a slightly different fabric.
Is it a full body suit or is it pants?
It's not. I mean, I don't think so. After I saw that mod I sent you guys.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they were pants because you sent that.
Yeah, like it's. I don't know. It's just could be a lot better.
Yeah.
See.
There you go. There she is.
Sorry, I'm trying to maneuver this new laptop. But yeah, no, it looks great.
Does she come with a replaceable head plate for the orange head plate?
No.
I think that's their number one failure on this one figure. Should
have.
She should have, because at this point in the movie, she has the orange head plate.
Yeah.
Like, this is technically the evil Nebula parading as the good Nebula.
Yeah, I don't think it would have taken much more for Hot Toys to add that.
No, it wouldn't have. It's just a magnetic piece that they could have just popped in.
Well, Photoshop for me.
Yeah. But I don't know. I'm still really stoked to get her. Also, I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy is still my number one favorite Marvel MCU property. So, like, you give me a Guardians of the Galaxy figure and it looks this good, it's gonna make my list regardless.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I'm totally in. Like you got like I loved Guardians and I wasn't gonna collect them, and I think it was that Groot and Rocket set that just I found a good deal on it.
Yep.
After the fact, and that was it, man. Gotta have it. It's great.
All right, you're up.
All right.
Number 6.
Number 6 is.
I'll get mine ready.
This honestly should probably be a little higher, but it is what it is.
This one is so good.
Yeah, I love this thing, man. I mean, when I saw it, I was like, it's the same way I felt about the cartoon version of it. As like, I don't need that. I like Boba Fett. I want the Boba Fett movie things. And now I'm looking, constantly for the comic or the animated version for a good price, which it's not going to happen.
That's funny because that had been on Sideshow's site for
so long.
Ever.
So long. I know.
Like giving that freaking figure away for so long.
I know. And I'm even looking at the Sideshow. What do they call that? The
the Mythos.
Version. The Mythos version, which I had no interest in that. The Obi-Wan looked cool, but again, I'm like, they're gonna come out with an Obi-Wan show. I'll wait for an actual figure from that.
That Obi-Wan
that I think I gotta get.
I think that Obi-Wan has some issues in person. We can talk about that off air, but
okay. Yeah, I mean, not for nothing, but every Sideshow figure I have has some issues, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Not to every extreme, but it's always something with a body, which I still don't understand. There's so many good bodies out there. Anyway, let's talk about Boba Fett because this is number 6. I love, to have this colorway in a 1/6 version. It's so cool that, Hasbro did this and then Hot Toys did this. Just, I love this look. It's very much a nostalgia thing for me. I cut out the box, the proof of purchases and sent them away and got the Boba Fett and was disappointed that the rocket didn't launch. As a kid, I remember the day. I can vividly remember the day I opened that little white box and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" But it was cool. It was just cool to have Boba Fett, and this is great. I got him up on the shelf with the Boba Fett helmet and the ESB Boba, I think, and I got the Return of the Jedi Boba Fett back here. It's great. There's just something about Boba Fett, man.
Yep. Boba Fett's one of the few figures that made my shelf in my new place. It's right there.
Every time they come out with one, it's like, I gotta have it. I gotta have it.
I'm excited to see what they do with the Mandalorian Boba. Are we gonna get a completely weathered look? Are we gonna get I forget what Hasbro called it when they redid the redone helmet, where you even painted over the dent in the helmet and whatnot. Mm-hmm. I wanted to see what that one with the black Under Armour thing that he wears.
I think that's what we're going to get. We're not. If they try to push that in between one episode,
still,
I'm not buying that.
Look how many people are jonesing for that one episode Mandalorian.
Are they?
I don't know. Made one of our 3's top lists.
Yeah, it's good. I felt like the whole Mandalorian show in terms of collectability has it's felt like a gut punch for 2 seasons because I bought that first Mando because I gotta have the Mando, and then 3 episodes later he's got half his uniform is switched out, and I'm like, well, yeah, fuck, okay, and then I bought into the Razor Crest, and spoiler alert for anyone who's seen it. Well,
this is the 4th time we've talked about the Razor Crest exploding on this one episode.
No, I don't think we've ever talked about it before.
Yeah, we did. We started talking about the Razor Crest exploding.
Okay, live? Were we talking about live? Anyway,
yes,
okay. Anyway, it's been a gut punch. So I would not buy into any kind of weathered Boba Fett at this point. I'm waiting for the final paint job Boba Fett to come out, but.
Your Boba Fett collection means that you need to get all versions of him.
No, I don't.
You need a prototype version, which is one of my favorite Boba Fetts.
Yeah, and I do. Oh, I have that. Actually, I have the prototype version. I have the white
Sideshow one, though. I'm talking about if Hot Toys does one.
I wouldn't buy another one. I gotta say, Sideshow did a decent job with that. It's good.
Okay.
It's good enough. It's fine. Yeah, it's good. All right, TJ.
What are we up to?
6.
Number 6.
Ooh, I was actually prepared.
Wow.
Doing your work. Give it to me.
Accept my share.
Boom. Oh, very nice.
This is a good call, actually.
This is a really good call. I missed this. Yeah, go ahead.
So as you guys know, like I drove like 2
Toy Vault.
hours to Toy Vault.
That's right.
I drove 2 hours to Toy Vault, and then my wife wanted to go with me, so we ended up going to IKEA for 18 hours. And then I drove another 2 hours to get home. And then eventually, when I woke up from being so tired, I opened this. And, oh, man, like the articulation, the accessories, just everything about it really stood out. But what really stood out to me was because many, many years ago, when I first started like 1/6 collecting, like I was really into Clone Troopers. And then I bought a Sideshow Clone Trooper, and then I opened it, and I posed it, and then, like, it just toppled the fuck over. And
Angles.
Right. So I'm like, oh, this is terrible. And like now here, many, many years later, I have a hot toy that's a Clone Trooper that looks great and didn't like topple over. Oh, and the head sculpt? I'm sorry, like the fuck's his name?
Yeah,
Tamara Morrison head sculpt.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
The weathering on this thing is just the weathering on this is just absolutely phenomenal.
And the unmasked sculpt, like I can put on any other Clone Trooper I ever get.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Boba Fett.
And Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, this is I gotta get this. I didn't.
It's now in stock on Sideshow.
What?
It's now in stock. If that was Alpha.
Is it?
Damn.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, like my problem is though, like I want to get this. I want to get Rex. I want to get like the deluxe 50. What is it?
501st.
Is it the
That I
501st?
got. That I
That's
ordered. Yeah.
That's the cosplay Legion, isn't it? The 501st.
No.
What's the cosplay Legion? I thought it was the
It's
501st.
500 first. It's 501st.
Okay, that's why I was confused. Is it the 501st? But like, I know if I buy Commander Cody, that's just opening a floodgate that I am very afraid to just open.
I already got the 2 Clone Wars ones, so and I'm like, the only reason I got it was because I loved the last season of the Clone Wars. It was great. I loved a bunch of the Clone Wars, but some of the middle of it I could have done without. But it was good. I just Cody. I realized was in it, but like this is so attached to the prequels that I just apparently have a ton of figures from that even though I don't like it. So I feel like I need it. And it looks
Cody would
so
photograph
cool.
really well next to one of your 8 Anakins.
Yeah, the problem is, like, do I need 8 of them to go next to the 8 Anakins?
Yeah, of course.
No.
One Cody for every Anakin, even though Cody was never with Anakin, he was with Obi-Wan.
True enough.
To get another
Anakin had Rex.
Trooper.
Yeah, Anakin had Rex. Good pick, man. I probably should have put this on it. Again, it's like something I don't have. And I think
This almost made my list.
Too.
It almost made my list, but it was almost made my list in a way that I was like, this is one of the ones I really want to get, but I'm trying to talk myself out of it.
Yes,
So I purposely
exactly it.
put it on my list because, like, if I put it on my list, then of course I'm going to get drunk and I'm going to buy it on the same night of the goddamn show. That's how this always works.
Exactly. Yep. That was it.
That's exactly how I drove to Connecticut.
Hopefully not drunk.
No, never.
Okay, good.
Never.
Tom, number 6. Boom, nice.
Ooh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
My number 6 is my favorite rocket that Hot Toys has done. He's amazing. The suit is beautiful.
Yeah.
I love all of the accessories he comes with. He comes with a ton of stuff. I am fortunate in that I spent a lot of money on Rocket Raccoon Hot Toys figures that have multiple heads for this. I think the one shame is that he didn't come with the non-screaming head. especially because this one movie he was very solemn through most of it.
I was gonna say, like, the first movie was the one where he screamed a lot, and the second this movie not so much.
They messed up the different heads for what movie and whatnot, but I love this figure. I love this rocket, and it was a no-brainer for me to put on this list when I started thinking about 2020 figures that I got really excited about. The only figure I've ever purchased direct from China, or from Hong Kong, that I was like, I want it immediately, and I got Rocket.
Wow.
So there you go.
Wow. I didn't even realize that you did that. Yeah.
Yep.
So I remember watching you unbox this, and you're saying that does that head fit on the first version or no?
Yeah, it's the same head. It's all the same head. You could replace them.
Same peg and everything, all that stuff.
Same peg. The only problem is the fur color between the original Rocket.
Right, that was it. It had to be repainted. Yeah. God damn it! They did that with the Hulk too. That annoys the hell out of me, man.
The Volume 2 Rocket is the same as the Endgame Rocket, though. So if you have the Volume 2 version, it's the same.
No, I have the first one with the orange jumpsuit, which I like. I don't feel like I need another one, but this looks great. I mean, I love this.
I mean, this is the comic accurate suit too, and
I know.
I buy these characters mainly because they're comic counterparts.
All right, damn it,
He's good, and I was very happy. Those the goggles are magnetic, so you can move them wherever you want. You could take them off entirely. He's awesome. It's a great figure. I'm very, very happy with this guy.
Anything like this from Hot Toys that's like it's a non-standard body and a non-standard sculpt. It's just so cool.
Yeah,
to see. Sleep of Giants, gonna buy my first 1/6 next month, I think. Looking at the Solo Mall, but I don't think it's up for sale anymore. I've been watching Luke Cage again, so I might get the Sideshow Cage. Tom, you have the Sideshow Cage, or no? You have that third-party Susu.
I have the Toys era Steel or something like that.
Right. So the Sideshow Cage is the comic cage.
Yeah, I didn't like that one all too much. I like James, I know you've been watching Cage on Netflix. I've been watching your stories and whatnot. See if you can find the Toys era one. It'll be cheaper, and they did actually a really good job with it. I have that.
That's an excellent figure, man. That's a really good figure. That's good advice. I would go find that one. If you can't get the Solo Mall, I think if you could find that anywhere for sale, and I am not taking my own advice by buying this, because I should buy it because I think it's going to be low, and I got a feeling that's not the last time we're going to see that Solo.
I'm going to jump on the wait list. He's waitlisted. He was on the Solo Mall. I thought he was still available. I had been like, I'll just get him when I have extra money, extra points, whatever. But he's freaking waitlisted.
Yeah, a few episodes ago, we were doing the
I know.
Things that you could still get that were like hidden gems or whatever, and that was one of my hidden gems, and I didn't even jump on it. And now, like, I know we're going to see. I know they didn't announce it, but I know we're going to see Maul in something.
Yeah. Well, I'm on the wait list now, so there you go.
All right. So I would say Solo Mall first, and if you can't get that and you're looking for a cage, take Tom's advice and get the Toys era.
Yeah, we can talk afterwards, James. But the Toys era one looks great. I love them. They did a really nice job with the sculpt. Everything is great.
All right. What are we down to? Number 5 here.
Yes. And while you're doing that, I'm going to grab another beer.
Go for it. My number 5 is Krennic.
That was 2020?
Yep.
Holy shit. I thought that was 19.
I don't think so. Now you've got me doubting myself. I'm pretty sure I got this. Let me check on my picture, because I posted this picture like right after I got the thing. So I hope you're wrong. I guess I should have done my research on this, but I thought I did. But now, like my wife driving me around, I'm starting to doubt myself. Anyway, I'm going to talk about him anyway. I think this is a fantastic figure. Wow, I can't. Can anybody check?
What are we looking for?
Krennic's release date.
I'm just looking at my feed. I'm trying to find my feed to see when I posted this Krennic because TJ is telling me he thinks this was 2019.
Thought it was. I mean, like
I'm pretty sure it was 2020, like very beginning of the year.
No, it was 20. It was June of 20. So all right, thanks TJ. Anyway, Krennic,
anytime.
Fantastic likeness. I love the fact that they went back to Rogue One after everybody thought it was over. It's like, that's all we're getting from Rogue One.
Instead of covering the figures that they promised, like Baze and Cassian, they're like, no, here's a completely different figure instead.
Well, I would still like Baze. I really would like Baze. Don't know why they think that's not going to sell, because I think, by all accounts, everything I've seen, Rogue One is like people's number 3, number 4, number 5 Star Wars film. So I would think you could milk the hell out of that. Baze has got a lot of shit with him. Cassian, I'm hoping they're just waiting till the Cassian show comes out to maybe release that, but
maybe.
I don't know. I love this figure, man. I love this character. He did a great job portraying him, and love this movie. And I'm really happy to have him. I bought one of the original Death Troopers, and I got another Death Trooper from the Mando wave, and it's going to look really good on the shelf. So that's my number 5. TJ.
Trying to share.
And the fact that they did a great job with Tarkin to be able to put him near, next to Tarkin and do shots with those things is great.
Look better than the movie.
What's that?
And it'll look better than the movie.
Really? That's a whole other. Oh, good choice. This just
my 5.
Yeah, good choice.
She's on my list. I'm not going to say where, but she's on my list too.
You have her, right, Tom?
Yeah,
TJ, do you have her?
Right
yeah.
Oh, you do? Oh, I didn't realize you got her.
I haven't shot her yet.
I was gonna say I haven't seen any of your.
It was right at the time that I lost my my space. So I was like, I got no ideas.
I have a shot planned for her that I plan on doing, maybe even this weekend. I don't know, but yeah, I think she's great.
This goes back to like Rocket. Like it's a figure that doesn't have a standard body. Doesn't have a standard sculpt, obviously. I mean, not that standard sculpt is different than a human sculpt. You know what I mean? What's up?
Yeah. I said it's the most unstandard body that they've ever done.
Yeah.
I mean, for a human body, definitely. And it looks so good. Every picture I've seen of it, and we saw it at in San Diego a couple of years ago. It looked amazing.
And I don't think they'll ever do another one.
No, but there is that. And I'm gonna get the jacket and sweater pack that somebody's selling for $100. Where it's like,
is that out yet?
It's not out yet. It's up for pre-order.
Wait, okay. So, question for you: did you open your Alita?
Yeah, she's right up there.
I can't see.
Hang on, she's
what your screen looks like to me.
Very top of my.
Did you put the suit on?
No, not yet. I'm going to do that.
Okay, so it's like super skin tight, as you can probably imagine.
Yep.
I wanted to get a different outfit, but I don't want to take the skin tight outfit off.
That's the reason why she's not wearing her suit, because I need to do all the pictures I ever want to do with her without the suit on, because I know once that suit goes on, it's going to be on there either permanently or for a while. And I'm buying the extra costume in hopes that maybe the suit's easier to take on and off or whatever. But I am worried about that.
It's got zippers.
I know it does, and those freaking little zippers kill me.
Yep.
This looks a little freaky, but there's nothing worse than a Furiosa figure to redress. And this is a third-party thing, but this is all leather. And then each one of these belts comes off and has to be rebelted. And these pants have I can't imagine that one. But I assume it's similar to that. It's insane. I can't imagine taking these clothes off. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna save my talking about Alita until she pops up on my list as well. But
we'll talk more about what could come of that show. But okay, go ahead, Tom.
For the next
number 5.
Pick,
yep.
My pick. It's my only non-Hot Toys on my list.
Where are you? There you are.
It is the
cool
Dante from Devil May Cry 5. This is the one that like I want to pick up this figure, and I probably should sooner rather than later because I'm sure it's probably going to sell out because I bet Asmus doesn't make a ton of these guys because I don't think they sell as gangbusters as like a Marvel character or even their own Lord of the Rings characters and whatnot. But they knocked this one out of the park in terms of like the relation of how he looks to the game, and all of the various accessories and stuff like that he comes with is just unbelievable. Biojex Photos, Elliot, he did some amazing shots of this guy that was just like, goddamn, I need to get that now, that especially that I have Nero. I definitely needed to get this done.
Yeah.
And like that jacket again, Asmus does amazing clothing. The detailing on that jacket is just so
incredible. Yeah, this is a great looking figure. Yeah, again, it's like hard to judge these video game figures. Like I've shot a couple of these, but everything about them is great. The clothing's great, like you said. Like Asmus just knocks it. I mean, this is a newer one, so I don't know. Maybe Pop Toys is doing the clothing on this one. I think Pop Toys are doing all their clothing now.
Yeah, I think so.
But Jesus, man, I don't know why everybody isn't using Pop Toys. I mean, they should be they should be the number one go-to for all 1/6 clothing. It's amazing. Yeah, they do a great job with these things. They do a really, really good job with the set. And I'm not like, again, I studied the game.
I studied the game.
Well, I did watching people play it and because I never played the game, so they wanted me to shoot some stuff, and like I don't even know anything about this. I don't know what environment to put this character into. So I,
Demon Hunters.
It's great though. They do a great job with this. This whole series is fantastic.
Yeah, they did such a good job with this one, and now they start to tease V, who is the third playable character, and it was my favorite character in that game. Which is funny because like it was his first appearance in that entire franchise. And now I'm watching with like bated breath, basically, like all their updates of V, because they're doing like seamless tattooed arms, and he like looks gorgeous.
Just saw that.
And, like all the stuff he's coming with the multiple different shadow creatures and whatnot. Yeah. And I'm like, well, am I going to get Dante and V together? Am I just going to complete like all three? I think I might have to, because like I don't know, they nailed it, and I think this is like. I love their Lord of the Rings figures, but I feel like they stepped up the bar for me personally because I like this game series so much that this is like a little step above.
So is this who puts this out? Capcom?
Yes.
I wonder why they don't have more game licenses.
Well, a lot of their Capcom's characters are more cartoony. This is like, well, outside of Resident Evil, which also they do a lot of figures as well. Like we're getting a new Resident Evil something. I forget which character is coming out. I think it's like Jill Valentine or Chris Redfield or something. But they do a lot of Resident Evil characters. But otherwise, yeah.
Asmus is doing Resident Evil?
No, it's somebody else.
That's what I'm getting at. Like, I wonder why they didn't jump on other things.
Yeah, me too. Especially because how popular like Monster Hunter is. And Monster Hunter now getting a movie, which, not talking about the quality of that movie or whatever, but like it's one of the biggest, it is actually not even one of, it is the biggest gaming franchise in Asia is Monster Hunter. Yeah. So you think that Asmus also being in Asia would jump on maybe doing a Monster Hunter character or two, or like single body, and you just do different armor packs for it or something like that. And you could basically sell that to an entire like nation because I'm sure they eat that stuff up.
It's for the monsters. I'm sure we're gonna get some SH figure arts for that or something at some point. But although I haven't seen anything,
well, Monster Hunter SH is doing the monster arts. They're doing all the actual monsters themselves. So they've done a couple of those.
Oh, have they done that from that game?
Yes, they've done Rathalos. They've done.
Oh, that's that dragon. Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
They've done 2 so far, but they're planning on doing more. There's Nendoroids coming out for Monster Hunter as well. There's a whole bunch of figures, but not in the 1/6 scale space. Yeah, which is kind of just shocking to me because they would be great.
Yeah, Damn Toys is doing Resident Evil. Damn Toys has been like stepping up their game, man. That
Assassin's Creed figures look amazing.
The Assassin's Creed figures look amazing. The Godfather looks I'm so excited about the Godfather. I can't even tell you. It's going to be incredible. It's a good pick. Yeah, that's a good pick. All right. Is it back to me?
Yes. Number 4? Is it 5 or 4?
I think we're at 4. I will do this quickly because we've already kind of done this.
Oh, yeah, we are on the top 4.
Wicket. Well, it's a double. It's Wicket and Leia.
Not there. You got to pick one.
No, it's a set. So I'm picking Wicket.
I didn't get the set.
You didn't get the set, so you know.
Yeah.
Which is still available. Did I tell you this the other day? Like you can still get her.
I know it's available, but there's so much other stuff I want to spend my money on.
So good, man. You're gonna be disappointed.
I live in a perpetual state of disappointment. It's fine.
Good for you. This is it's a great set. I mean, TJ touched on Wicket. Wicket's great. I think it needed a little bit of touch up on the face. It could have been a little bit more weathered and a little darker in places. People were complaining about it when it first came out, but it needed some futzing. It's fuzz, it's fur, it's hair, it's a teddy bear. You do a little work to it. It looks great. Leia looks fantastic. A lot of looks for her, and I just love this. I always loved this part. I mean, Endor was like one of the best parts of Return of the Jedi, and we need more Ewoks.
I'd be down for more Ewoks. I'd be down for picking up the set eventually, and then selling my solo Ewok. Solo.
Just pick up Leia solo. I think.
But they don't sell Leia solo.
I think they do.
They do.
Not the deluxe, not like with both looks and everything like that, do they?
Yeah, it comes with everything. The only thing the set came with was the helmets, the extra like trooper and commander
and the
helmets,
drumsticks,
and the drumsticks. Yeah,
let me look at this while we're talking.
TJ,
we're up to 5, 4.
We're 4.
Right. This is not going to come as a shock to you.
Everything's coming to a shock. Oh yeah. Yep.
That's it. That's all I have to say.
It's a shock to me just because he's not higher on your list.
Yeah, number 4.
He would have been
higher.
higher.
You've shot him so many times.
I know he would have been higher, but like so many other cooler things have come out.
I know.
Who knows? Like Battle Damage Thanos might be number 1 on my list this year.
Thanos is on your list every year forever.
He is every year, man. Like I'm gonna be sad when they stop making him. I'm gonna be at a loss.
It's a great picture, and it's fantastic. I mean, honestly, everything you've taken of him has made me want him more and more. So, kudos to you, and damn you.
You should. You can still get it.
I know. I was looking at it yesterday when I was looking through the lists of things that came. I'm like, oh, it's still there. Who the hell knows? I don't know. I got some toy photography money coming in. Who knows? Maybe. Tom?
Leia is not on Sideshow, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, really.
You could buy her separately. I remember that, though.
Well, okay. Well, she separately is not on Sideshow.
She was like a week ago. Because last week I kept checking Sideshow for where I could spend my points on.
Yeah. Okay.
Huh.
Okay.
Well, not for me.
All right. Who's next?
Me. That's my number 4. Just waiting. There we go. My number 4 is the Solo Maul.
Nice.
There you go.
Jumped on the wait list for this same episode. I love him. I think I love every shot I've seen of him. The robot legs are fantastic. The face with the rolling eyes again. Anytime they do the eyes that you can move, the Pierce system is a bonus in my book.
Oh, yeah.
I think he looks amazing, and now that he's on waitlist already, I regret not jumping on him sooner. I should have.
Yeah, there's a lot of malls. It's another hole to go down. It's you got this one now. You got the Clone Wars one, and that looks kind of good, except for that upper body. But
the Clone Wars one looked more like the character Maul from the Clone Wars than. Yes, but the fact that they just stuck the other head on that body, I'm like, that's not that character from that show. Like that is.
Yeah, I know.
It's not right.
But this looks like, and again, I mean, it's getting late for what's his face to
Ray Park
to play him, but another couple of years he'll still be in good shape, probably enough to play him. I mean, you wait 3 or 4 years for this, and it could be a little weird, but he still looked good, and I would still love to see him in this. I mean, it's a little weird that he was kind of heavier and jowly, and then in Clone Wars or Rebels, actually, he was all skinny and thin. But whatever.
Hey, you know what? Life was just good for him after Rebels. That's all. Actually, no, I'm sorry. Rebels came after, because Rebels is the end.
After Clone Wars, yeah, sure. I could suspend disbelief. I'd just love to see him play it again and do this again.
That's my thing with like the Maul that we've got in Clone Wars and then in Rebels was a very gaunt, very like he'd been living in a pit as a spider creature forever, feeding off of whatever. So he was like very, very like bony and sinewy. And then it was funny to kind of see him as this like old jowly kind of chubby Maul, and then goes back to being the gaunt one in Rebels. But it works.
He's a binger.
Yes.
All right. What are we on? Number 3?
Number 3.
Boom. There it is.
Oh, that's a beautiful photo too.
That is BG. That's BG Toy Art.
Yep.
Gorgeous shot. This figure we've talked about it. All 3 of us picked it. It's just gorgeous, man. I couldn't wait to get this thing. I think my enthusiasm is because I'm like really happy now that I have the Guardians of the Galaxy collection, and excited to get this, and excited how good it looks, and how much better it looks from the early prototypes. Because the early prototype sculpt was like, if you go on Sideshow now and you look at it, and I think it's waitlisted at this point. Oh no, I don't think it is. I think you can still order it. You'll see the prototype pictures, and it just doesn't look as good as this. It came out fantastic.
She's an amazing representation.
And 2 looks. You got it's a little bit of work, but you got the 2 different looks for her. The real hair, which even just the dye in the hair looks incredible up close, and it looks very real and not fake, and very good. All right, TJ, number 4. What's it gonna be?
Accept my share.
So, TJ, you got Gamora already, or you're getting Gamora?
I got shipping notice, and then I lost interest in her, so I just put her on a payment plan.
Oh, okay.
So I think I'll get it in like May.
Oh man, you got to bump that up. It's so good.
Might change my mind.
You'll get her before Mando.
If it ever leaves fucking Chicago.
Dude, it's been in Chicago for 2 days now. I don't know.
Don't you already have Mando? Both of Mandos? But you have the Beskar armor, just not the child, basically.
No, just not the pram, the second head, and the accessory.
So yes, you already have the figure.
Yeah, sure. I guess.
Okay, all right.
Well, I'm up to 4 Mandos.
Because why not, right?
I've been trying to share this for like the last 2 minutes.
I don't know where you are. I don't see it. Oh, you know what? I might have to scroll. Wait a minute. What? I'm going to remove this and see. I don't see your share.
I see your share, and I raise you.
Fuck's sake. All right. I'm just going to stop my screen. There it is. Sorry about that. I can't scroll for some reason. Original
single 1.5 episode Mando. I remember being like blown away when I like got this.
Yeah, me too.
I'm mostly still blown away. But the
number 3 on your list.
The Beskar outfit, kills it.
Yeah. I know he's sitting on my shelf. He's sitting on my desk right now, which is like, I'll keep one or two on my desk. I still love it. I haven't really reposed them since the first time I posed them. I haven't shot it yet, but yeah, I guess it's going to be like getting, the Razor Crest when that comes in another year or a little less. It's going to be like, oh, that's great. Yeah, I'll just put that over there. Looks good.
Actually, let me ask you two a question. The knee armor on the left knee, is that the same knee armor that's in the season 2 Mando?
Knee or like thigh?
Knee.
Oh, I don't.
What do you mean on the Beskar?
No, so in season 2, he's got that new thigh plate.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which I ordered one from England.
Yeah.
But then he also has a new or old-looking knee pad.
Oh, I don't know.
Like that's also for sale, but I was thinking like because I have like an extra Mando, I would just take it from there, and I would have season 2 Mando.
Yeah, I don't know.
I couldn't fully tell.
Yeah, if you end up ordering any more of those from England, let me know because the shipping is ridiculous. I was going to get that when he told me the price plus the shipping. I was like, no.
Also, it took a while. I just got mine yesterday.
Yeah, I can imagine. Everything's taken forever. It's ridiculous.
Yep.
Good pick. Yeah, I mean, it's weird. Like this was on my list and it just didn't quite make it. It's a good figure though.
That's great.
I don't know.
The fat spin. So much better.
I think it looks good.
All right. Number 2. We're on number 2.
No, or my number 3.
Oh, sorry, Tom.
It's okay.
Boom.
There you go. My number 3 is also the Mandalorian, but it is the deluxe Beskar version with the child.
Yeah.
And the reason why he's only number 3 is just because I don't have him, but I'm excited to get him eventually.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he looks amazing. I love everybody's pictures of him already. The Mandalorian is a great show, and yeah, I'm excited for him.
Yeah,
So.
Me too. It's weird. I think the fact that I've been anticipating him, like he's been on his way from Hong Kong for a month and a half almost.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. And he's been in Chicago for 2 days, and every day I refresh, and he hasn't left Chicago. I'm sure he left Chicago, but there's no update. Anyway, I think it's, no pun intended, tarnished the original one for me. It's just like I look at it, I'm like, yeah, you're good, but I can't wait to get the new one. I think that's why it didn't make the list because it is a great figure, the original one too.
The original one looks great, and this is exactly why we had the same kind of discussion last year when we were talking about armored Thanos versus
right
unarmored Thanos. Is like for me, it's just I really want in most cases. I'm sure there's going to be a character out there that I'm like, nah, I prefer the original version. But in most cases, I want this is the look. Like this is what, like if you're doing the key art for marketing, whatever. Like this is the look. And like this is the Mandalorian look, and I love like every picture I've seen of like the SH Figure Arts version of this character, or the Black Series figure. Like they all look amazing, and like this is the pinnacle of it, really, because it's Hot Toys. They do the best, and I just can't wait to freaking get it because this is like V1.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like with Thanos, I mean, I guess it was sort of an upgrade, but I would imagine that he would have had that armor in the past and just didn't wear it for whatever reason, because he wasn't in quote unquote battle, I guess, in the first movie.
Well, they explain it away in the first movie where it's like you have the Infinity Stones, you do not need the armor. You are so powerful without that why slow yourself down? You have the power.
That. Yeah.
Well, that's right. That's actually they go the means of saying it.
Yeah. But I mean, this is literally an upgrade. I mean, this is literally he's upgraded the uniform, and I'm assuming either in future episodes, it's either he's gonna get taken away from him somehow.
I hope not.
He'll be down to wearing tin helmet stuff on, or stormtrooper armor or something another to sell a toy, or it'll be all Beskar. I don't know.
What's the green guy, the transport trooper, whatever. I mean, they're selling that, and I feel like the only reason why they're selling that is because that was the Mandalorian for an episode.
Yeah, for sure.
Because otherwise, they're not going to be like, here, well, I guess we'll just sell this guy. Sure.
Well, Hot Toys not selling a stormtrooper that's been on screen for more than 4 seconds. Yeah, come on, please. They're doing that.
True. Good point.
Yeah, definitely a good pick. All right. My number 2, we're down to.
We are.
Boom.
Ooh.
This
That's
this was. What's that?
That's not even the head that comes with that body.
Yeah, I know. I didn't want to go through and pick the pictures, but I probably should have picked one with the helmet because the helmet looks killer too. I just whatever. But the helmet that comes with it is great. I don't love the head sculpt. Obviously, I just wanted to try this out anyway. But the head sculpt that comes with it is really the only downfall of this figure. It's amazing. Like I
don't even think it's bad. I don't know why you don't like it.
It's not bad. I don't know. It's that comic look again that like.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay,
that's fine.
I didn't think you liked it either. I thought you didn't like it.
No, I was fine with it.
Oh yeah. Oh, I thought you didn't like it. But I get Iron Man now, man. I didn't get Iron Man before. Like, I got my first Iron Man last year, and I don't count the neon one, although that was kind of an intro into the intricacy of it. But this is sick. I mean, it's just there's so much stuff to put on, take off, move around, blast effects, gunfire effects.
And he looks good in everything that you do because, like, you're not really breaking a joint. The joints kind of work with the armor, right?
Exactly.
Like it looks really good.
It's incredible. I mean, it's a pain in the ass to put together with the shelf or a shot, but it looks great. It's fantastic.
Yeah, the diecast, so I have the diecast Mark I War Machine, and like he's so heavy that like you kind of have to make sure he's stable on his feet because the last thing you want to see is him kind of like stumble one way or the other.
Hell yeah, yeah.
I see your number 1 down there.
One disappointment was these right here was the eyes in the chest, which don't really light up all that well. They made it like the same. They used the same interior, internal components as like a regular Iron Man. So it's sort of focused in that circle, and it doesn't really spread out. What's that?
Is it supposed to light up?
Yeah, there is a light there. It's just not bright enough to hit both of the eyes and make it look like really nice.
That's the one problem I have with Hot Toys is they will reuse stuff where they feel like they can. And this is not, clearly, if they wanted those eyes to light up, you can't just have a spot in the forehead of a skull to light up the eyes.
That's the problem. Yeah. I mean, I realize the engineering that it would take to widen that light and fit it into whatever that underbody is would be difficult. But damn it. I mean, something, I don't know, like do some, like put a mirror finish on something so that it just spreads out or whatever. But it's really the only that, and the head sculpt is okay. I mean, it's based on a video game, like, the Capcom stuff. So it does look good.
Yeah.
Mobile game. Yeah.
No, I'm more like impressed that they were able to take a mobile game and make it a 1/6 scale, highly articulated, highly detailed looking face sculpt. Like they did a good job translating, cell phone graphics.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I should have taken a shot with the actual thing, but I just like all this detail, like the little skulls on the side. It's just so cool.
It's funny. Oh, go ahead.
Like you were saying with, I think Thanos. It was another figure, but the damage and the detail that they're getting on these things is incredible. Like really, really nice. Cody. Yeah, that's my number 2.
That's a good one.
Is it me?
Yes.
Yep.
All right. Accept my share. Not a
I'll
shocker.
accept your share. Yeah. Nice.
Not a shocker.
Beautiful.
I'm happy with getting the last clean Iron Man armor.
Yeah.
From Hot Toys. I think, unless they do something else that we're not expecting.
This is not going to be the last Iron Man armor we ever get. Either there's going to be some animated stuff, or who the hell knows what.
Last movie Iron Man, I think.
Well, we'll have Riri Williams at some point. They've already said they're going to be introducing Ironheart. But yeah,
but not Iron Man. But I mean, I just can't see Marvel and all the toy companies that have the license for this, even including Hot Toys, letting this. Yeah, maybe movie. Yeah, maybe movie. I don't know. Maybe movie. Or unless there's flashbacks or something in future movies, who knows?
Yeah, I mean, well, I will say one of the things I'm really happy that Hot Toys is doing, and they're giving people like me who missed out on the Mark V the second time it came out again, like they're gonna like re-release those again. And I'm so happy about that because like I'm gonna jump on that Mark V before the pre-order is up because I really want. That's one of my favorite movie Iron Man armors. So I'm glad they're gonna be. They don't have to focus on new ones. Put out ones that have been hard to find, hard to get, or die cast ones that we haven't had die casted yet. Stuff
True
like
enough.
So.
Yep. True enough. I would love that stealth one again.
They haven't done a die-cast version of that stealth one, so it'd be
no.
great.
It's only been plastic. Yeah.
I actually sold I had that plastic stealth one. I sold it.
All right, Tom. What's your number 2?
My number 2. Let me share my screen. There you go. Is Armored Thanos. He's my number 2. I love this figure. He has such a shelf presence that, like, my God, in my last place, he was at 2 D12s, and he was in a display in the middle by himself for a long time. Nice. And he just like commanded all the presence went straight to him. He just looks gorgeous.
He requires lighting like this, though. Like if I had him, I'd want to like put like hue lights or colored lights to light him up on the shelf, and then I'd want to do that for everything. And you know, I won't, but it looks so good, man. I mean, it just looks so good in this lighting. It just like everything
great in this lighting for sure. He looks good just normally. I will say though, he looks amazing just everyday natural lighting. Like there's some times when like the light hits my figures in the middle of the day, I'm just like, oh damn, look at that Thanos. Oh, you're looking good, Thanos. Yeah, like that nutsack chin is really doing you numbers.
It's a great figure, man. I think if I had it, I think I'd be with you guys. It'd be like 3 or 4, most likely. But
I really do think so too. Like he is an impressive figure, and the fact that like one of the things I wasn't expecting were the shoulder pauldrons. You can remove them; they're magnetized, so they come out. So you can pose them how you want them, and then you can fit them in afterwards.
Stick them on after.
Yeah, you just stick them on where they need to be. So like you can get way more movement out of him than you would expect out of an armored figure with like big, heavy, jutting out armor pieces like that. Very good.
Yep. Great figure. Obviously one of the tops. We've got a lot of my number 1 is the Hot Toys Joker from Joker. Oh wait, no, that didn't come out. And no, it's Han Solo from the no, that didn't come out. Empire Strikes Back didn't come
out.
I
almost put Han from Solo on my list, actually.
Really?
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, let's talk a bit before we get into the number 1s. Like, let's talk about like what didn't make it. Yeah, like what just didn't make the cut. So Han Solo. What just didn't make the cut?
The Solo, the deluxe Solo with like the fur coat and everything like that. Yeah, I really like that one a lot. Like honestly, and I've said it before on the show. I guess I'll just repeat myself. The only reason why I didn't buy that is because I felt like if I bought a Han Solo, it should be Harrison Ford Han Solo as the first one to make my list.
Oh, that's right. You don't have a regular Han Solo.
Right. Yeah. And I'm waiting for that ESB. Like they keep teasing it, but he never comes.
It's
but that one looks good.
Yeah.
My other figure that didn't quite make my own personal list is this Ant-Man figure right here. And the only reason why he didn't, and I was talking to you, Trevor, right before we started, it was really a toss-up between him and Spider-Man 2099. The only reason why he didn't is because that head sculpt, that Paul Rudd head sculpt that came with him, was such a drop.
They blew that, man. They totally blew that.
Because otherwise,
I don't know what the hell happened there.
That suit and that armor is just so good. He looks so good if you just remove that head sculpt from it.
I mean, honestly, like that came out, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get the Ant-Man to add to my Avengers collection, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get the old one as much as like it's gone up in price.
Yeah,
I just don't even want to get it.
Funny enough, that head sculpt on the very first Ant-Man, the one that's inside the helmet, is the best likeness that they've done on Paul Rudd. They've gotten worse with every iteration of that figure, which is shocking for Hot Toys.
Yeah. It's weird. It's really weird. It's really weird because you know that they have the 3D. They have access to 3D. I mean, maybe not as with him as much. Well, no, probably they do because he's got that helmet and they have to do the 3D. So they'd have to do his head.
They have everybody who's in Endgame because all those suits that they were wearing, the white suits in Endgame, they didn't decide on that design until like well after that movie was shot. Like they just added all. No one was wearing that white suit. That is all digital from top to bottom.
Yeah,
so if you watch the behind the scenes stuff, nothing in that scene is practical.
Yeah,
it's crazy. They didn't know how the helmet was going to work. If it was just going to go up like a normal one, or if it was going to be like kind of like a bubble. They were talking about the what's the material that they wear in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2? That like bubble material that protects their heads. It was going to be that.
Right.
Yeah, but that Ant-Man is really good otherwise. I mean, just that head. It's the only thing that kills it.
Yeah, the Han from Solo is amazing. It is really good. I got it. I ended up picking it up from the secondary market, and it's nice. I love that movie.
Me love too. It's honestly like one of my.
It's in the top. It's in the top 8.
Yeah, it's
for sure.
It's above Rogue One for me personally. I know that's blasphemy, but it is.
It's just below Rogue One, but I could interchange it. It's up there, man. It's an enjoyable fucking movie. I mean, he doesn't look like him, but I don't care. I mean, he did a better job than I thought he was going to do, and they did a better job with that movie than I thought it was going to be. And I'm really disappointed that Star Wars fans are as they are, and they ruined everything.
They wrote it off before that movie even came out. They didn't even give it a chance, and that is such a shame because it's such a good movie. I mean, I enjoy it.
Not to get on off a tangent, but you look at what's going on, like with Winter Soldier playing
Luke. Yeah.
You know, and God forbid they ever do a show with Luke, which I don't think they will. Who knows? But if it's not him, you know, it's going to be the same thing all over again. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you know, you suck. Like, you know, like they wanted that one guy who looked like him and sounded like him, like a young Harrison Ford.
Oh, that one.
But he wasn't a great actor, and I don't think he would have been. I don't know if this guy was like he wasn't an Academy Award winner, but like he did the job and it was good.
And like he was in a Coen Brothers film, and he was amazing in that Coen Brothers film. I loved him.
Yeah, and suspend some disbelief. Like he doesn't look like him. Who gives a shit? It's a good movie.
We've lost TJ. He's on his phone just texting.
I know. I want to respond to Stephanie.
So
from my phone.
TJ, what didn't make your list?
I'm with Tom. The Ant-Man almost made the list. Suit's great. Everything is great. Face scares the shit out of me. The Wasp, I haven't opened it yet. But everything I've seen looks amazing.
She's gorgeous, and she almost made my list too. It's just that's a tough body to pose, and that hit that same wall with the posing.
Yeah. And honestly, the reason I was on my phone is I was trying to message Steph about Newt from Fantastic Beasts. Like I was always like this close to getting it, but it goes with nothing else in my collection.
I saw that today when I was like flipping through some stuff, and I'm like, ooh, that I thought that came out in 19, but I know it came out in 20. I looked it up. And I was like, yeah, I can't put that up because A, it's just not something I'm into. B, I don't have it in hand, and it's Star Race, right? I mean.
No, it's Hot Toys.
That's Hot Toys.
Oh, that's Hot Toys. That right? They got. Oh yeah, Star Race got the Harry Potter stuff. Yeah. He looks great. I mean, it was a great sculpt. It looked really, really good.
Still might.
Couple of things.
I still haven't seen the sequel to Fantastic Beasts.
I still have to finish that movie.
What's that?
Oh, sorry. I was looking at Newt. They're talking about Newt in the chat, and I was wondering.
Jordan has done some really cool shots of Newt.
Yes, he has.
Which is the reason I want it.
Jordan makes me almost want to buy the freaking Toys Era X-Men figures. Jordan's
Right?
gonna stop taking pictures because he makes me want to spend money on things I would never spend money on.
I know he does a great job of this.
Stop it. Like
I know.
I don't need my least favorite character in those X-Men movies is Beast, and I'm like, I don't need that Beast. Like, I love Beast as a character, but I don't need that Beast.
Yeah, or that young Nightcrawler. I outside the. Yeah, I don't know.
That's his side. He did a Cyclops shot.
He makes
so
great. He does great.
I know.
I shot
great
that
work on him.
Nightcrawler. Lenny loaned it to me. It's a great figure.
Yeah,
I almost bought them just because of, like, I love the characters.
Susu is doing better and better stuff. I just don't understand why. I mean, I do understand, but like, go out and get a license, man. You know what I mean? They're not going to get the Marvel license. I understand, but like, go out and get something you can do something with.
Susu just.
Yeah, they're making money.
They announced recently that they're doing a Stephen Amell Arrow from Green Arrow. And I'm like, well, I have the Hot Toys Flash coming in. I should probably get the Susu Toys Green Arrow to go with it because honestly, it looks really good. Like they did like really good likeness and everything. It looks on point.
Yeah, they're definitely getting better. A couple things that didn't make my list quite. I was gonna put this Lando Skiff Guard. Technically, I think it was out in 2020. I still don't understand why they didn't just do a helmet that would go over the sculpt instead of a secondary, which the bottom doesn't even move on, so you can't even do the scene. You know what I mean? Where he goes, like that's what whatever. It's good though. It looks pretty good. That Sideshow Red Skull.
That one's great, actually. If I didn't have the movie one, I would get that.
Exactly. That, and if the deluxe one hadn't sold out before I decided I wanted it, I would have gotten it. And then weirdly, I am not a basketball fan, but that Enter Bay Kobe Bryant looks incredible. That set with him, the younger and older one, they're knocking out of the park with those things, man. They look incredible. I mean, it's a weird thing. We don't usually talk about the sports stuff and Enter Bay stuff, but they look great.
They did, yeah. They're still doing a good job with them for sure.
Yep, excellent.
In the
number one. Yep, go ahead.
Before we jump into the number ones, the chat did bring up one I forgot was on my list. Steph's talked about it, and now Elliot is talking about it. Ed and Al from Full Metal Alchemist, they both have that set that 3-0 did. And I had considered picking that up, and they both Steph and Elliot have done amazing shots of those characters that, like, they almost made my list based on their photos of them alone. They look so good. They look very anime accurate, which is an interesting thing to see. Anime characters make it into the realistic 1/6 scale line. So yeah,
I do, and that's the thing. Like, I don't collect them. So there's it starts with a G. Oh God, Grind? No, not Grind. Somebody might know. They do a lot of these street characters with the hoodies, and they're very 3-0.
I know who you're talking about.
3A inspired. You know what I'm talking about? And they did a Batman recently. That I wanted so badly. It looks really cool.
I heard that Batman is not as good in production.
Well, that's what I heard. Yeah. And in looking at the details, it looked a little flimsily made. Like there was some things that weren't like, it kind of has that feel of those street characters, which I love the look of, but it just does not fit anything that I shoot. Those 3A figures that a lot of people did great work with, photography wise. Love them. They're really cool. Just don't fit in. But I would, love to include it, but not having them in hand. Damn Toys does some of those too, with like that mouse character, the apocalyptic mouse helmeted guy. With
I know
I'm talking about. I can't remember. It's got a long name. I can't even remember the name of it. But
I will tell you, this point next year when we do the 2021 version, my list is going to be way more varied because this is the first year I have. I want to say 3-0 anime / kind of crazier characters on 1/6 scale kind of coming in that I'm really excited by. So like I started to diversify my interests a little bit more in what I collect.
Nice.
So I'm
excited
for it.
Excellent. All right, let's get on to the number ones. It's getting late. Actually, we started at 9. It's not too bad.
Yeah, I knew.
My actual number one is this, and it may just because I've been watching it for a month and a half coming my way. But I think it's looking like a pretty amazing figure from everything I've seen. People taking pictures of it. Just everything that comes with for the price. Child looks amazing. Yeah, I mean, can't wait for it. I mean, the second season got me hyped up for the whole thing too. Even after the first season was great.
Yep.
It
was way better than the first season. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed the first. The first season was an excellent intro to like bringing all that Star Wars nostalgia back, and you're like, oh, we're on the right path here. And the second season was like, holy fuck, we're on the right path here. This is great.
Second season was big moment after big moment after big moment, and even the quiet moments, like still one of my favorite episodes is that quiet episode where it's like Grogu just eating the eggs of that fucking frog lady the whole time. Still one of my favorite episodes.
Wow, you're the only one I've heard say that.
What?
You're the only with the spiders?
Yeah, I love that episode.
I enjoyed that too. I don't think that gets enough credit. Everybody kind of puts that down as like, oh, that's the worst episode.
That's my second favorite episode, right behind the one that came after it with Bo-Katan. So Bo-Katan is my number one favorite episode. Number 2 would be the eggs eating Grogu.
Aside from the fight on the transport, I think I gotta think. I think that
was my least
favorite episode.
I didn't even think that the fight on the okay, we were talking about a show that every episode was firing on like pretty much all cylinders. So when I say like it's my least favorite episode, it's still like a great episode, but I think that was my least favorite episode of that.
Yeah,
season.
Yeah, it was just something about it. It just wasn't as satisfying. But it had its moments, but I think that was the it's nothing like that. The kid bounty hunter in the first season that was obviously the worst episode of the first season.
I forgot about that. I saw it until you brought it up.
Yeah, even though that gave us what's her face,
Ming-Na.
Ming-Na and Boba Fett. Really, I mean,
that's true. Yes.
Yeah, but that was lame. But yeah, the second season, excellent figure. I hope it's going to be as great. I hope it has it probably doesn't have any more range of motion than the first one. I really don't want to do the mod, but I'm going to
do the mod. That mod looks like it makes that figure a world of difference better.
I will probably do it to the first version before I do it to this one and see how that goes. I know it's not hard. What's that?
So on the first one, I took out the fat suit completely.
Yeah.
And the second one, I just took out sections that inhibited the motion.
Okay.
So he still looks full.
Okay. Yeah, that's my one fear is it's going to start to sag or something like that and look goofy. Ragnarok Stan Lee. Wow, stuff. Look with them. Ragnarok.
I know she's been picking up some interesting like random figures that I would expect for her. He was I consider for my list for a second. Because I was like, I really like Stan Lee figures, and that's probably the most unique of them all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, out of the movies, yeah, for sure, absolutely. Yeah, it's another one of those rabbit holes that I don't want to go down to and get into a Stan Lee collection by any stretch of the imagination.
I have 2. I think I've drawn my line so far, unless they wow me with something else.
Yeah, I don't know what else they could do. I mean, from the other movies, I mean, there's the Guardians, but it's just a futuristic suit, and
they could
the FedEx, I guess.
They could do FedEx, or they could do Willy Loma, I think is his name, from the Fantastic Four movies. Now they have the Fox stuff too. They can pull from because that's a character in the Fantastic Four universe, and it'd be great to have it forever be Stan Lee on shelves.
Yeah.
He's like a family. He's like a family member to those Fantastic Four in the comics.
Yeah. Is that his name, Willy Loma?
No, I don't think so.
It's because Willy Loman's like, isn't that like from Death of a Salesman or something?
That's where I think I pulled it from. No, it's not that at all. It's something else.
All right, TJ, number 1, buddy. What's it gonna be?
Is it Beskar Mandalorian?
No. Yes.
Of course it is.
So shiny.
So shiny.
So cool and so shiny.
Beautiful picture.
Looks great. I mean, I share many of the same thoughts like you had.
Yeah.
Can't beat it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like the child looks great. I know it's got those ear seams. The more I
There's no ear seam.
I thought there was. No?
That's on the one.
No, I know that, but I thought there was little ear seams on this one too. No? Thought people were talking about it.
PJ pants.
No, good.
No,
No.
yeah,
Even for the front? No?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I've been looking. So I got the Sideshow full size child. I took it out. I looked at it. It's kind of like, I don't want to do all this work to mod it. You know what I mean? To make it move, like that. Everybody's been cutting it up and stuff like Willie Lumpkin. Yes, thank you. That's who it is.
I'm okay with it being a salesman, though.
Willie Loman is that of a salesman. But I got to tell you, I think the Hot Toys full size one actually looks more like him from the show. I'm starting to think that. So I don't know.
Hot Toys full size. Oh, we're talking about Grogu.
Grogu.
I do not think that. Okay, I know the company that made.
I know.
Child helped them Sideshow make that one. But there's something disturbing happening from the lip down to here on that figure that does not translate in that show. That I'm like, it looks like a 90-year-old like man from here down that the child on the Mandalorian show does not look like. Like he's extra jowly on that statue.
That's
like,
my problem. And he's kind of like scowly, almost like sad. Yeah. It's like, why do I would want him like being or I don't know, like his hand out or something. And like, it would have been so, I've watched the mods. I watched, what's his face, the mods on YouTube. And it's not hard, but it's a lot of work. It's going to be, I know it's going to take me a day.
Yeah.
And like, it could have easily been that for probably not a lot more money. You know what I mean? To begin with, and just had it posable, simply posable, even just the arms, even if it wasn't, I don't need legs, obviously.
Yeah.
You don't need legs. But it's kind of stupid, like why that wasn't done. And the pink on the cheeks, it's like, oh, you got to just take some rubbing alcohol and take that down. Well, like, no, I paid $300-something for this. I don't want to.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to do that stuff on a statue. It's supposed to be like the pinnacle. This is made by the company that makes the actual prop.
So they sold me on, they sold me on it, and I'm looking at the Hot Toys one, going, you know what? I think this looks more like him. I
said that from the jump from the proto pictures, and people were like on top of me, being like, "No, you're absolutely wrong." Like, why?
I know the proto pictures haven't changed much. They've added a few now that the mouth moves, but it was the seams around the ears that were like throwing me off. I'm like, if I'm gonna get a life size something, I want it to look like a freaking life. Like this is it in real life. You know what I mean? I don't want seams that are gonna look like
my
whatever.
Looks perfect, and his face comes off, and even though that seam is there, it doesn't matter.
Well, he's got lines in his face to hide that, though. I don't know.
Not going from top all the way. Yeah,
that was my main problem with it. But now having it, I think I'm going to sell it. I don't know. I think I'm going to sell it.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, good pick.
I'm also okay with because I know it'll probably come up to be the question after this. Like, I know that the Mandalorian, this version, should be the 1/6 pack toy of the year, 1/6 scale figure of the year. I'm 100% on board with that. The only reason why he didn't break my top like 1 and 2 is because I don't have him yet and I don't have him in hand, so I'm not like 100% positive on how he moves and all that yada yada.
Wait, I think we could all agree that it probably, if we had to come to a consensus, except for TJ with Thanos. No, actually, I think you'd be on board with the Mando, right?
Wait a minute, hold on. Like we agree?
Yep.
I think we do.
You don't want to put like endgame battle damage Thanos in this running, like
That's it. I'm calling it a night. I was not expecting this. I told a lot of people we were gonna beef tonight.
There ain't no beef.
I told a lot of people that I was gonna just like be really mad at Tom.
Can you take that off of this stream? I don't want James's contrarian opinions tainting this stream. Get out of here.
I just thought that was interesting. It was an interesting
James
take.
likes all the worst movies. That's why he calls himself the contrarian. Let's just leave it at that.
All right, Tom, number one. This is a surprise, man. I'm surprised at this, but make your argument.
I mean, she's gorgeous. She's a unique figure. The actual body underneath that suit is beautiful from top to bottom. It's like super detailed.
Yeah.
And I love the rolling, like, again, Pier System eyes. I love this movie. It's like one of my favorite movies of the year that came out.
I forgot you said that. Yeah. It's a great movie. Yeah.
So this is just, I love this figure a lot, and she gets top billing on my shelf because I think she's a gorgeous figure. And if I had to pick, the reason why I put her as number one is because if I had to pick a figure from 2020 that I got the most excited about receiving in 1/6 scale, it was Lita. That's why. That's easy for me to pick.
I think if this movie had done better, and consequently, people were looking forward to this, and there was more images of it, and I think this would be a top contender because it is fantastic looking. I mean, it really is a good looking figure. And not something I really want to own. I enjoyed the movie a lot. I'd love to see another one. I hope they do come out with another one.
And she sold out on Sideshow, so she's not she's on wait list already. And I get people,
probably a low run.
Probably a low run. Yeah, probably. I get people complaining about they made a switch from the very first time they showed her to the prototype, where they made from the rooted hair to the plastic. But I get it. So you can take the hair off to roll the eyes, that kind of stuff. I understand it.
Right. I forgot.
Yeah. But otherwise, I see no fault with it. Honestly, I still really like it a lot.
Yeah, I mean, the short hair like this is fine. I'm fine not having this rooted. It's too styled. I don't think you'd get it and it would look good, but then I think, God forbid, you ever have to pull the head off or move it or something, it would be a fucking mess.
Oh my God, that's when I saw that figure at that Comic-Con with the rooted hair. I'm like, I would get this if it wasn't the rooted hair, because it looked like that fake bad rooted hair that Hot Toys is notoriously known for using, where it looked like I'm gonna have to gel it and comb it every time I pull this figure off the shelf, and I am not into that life. I am sorry. I'm not into styling my toys.
Into that salon life.
Yes. I have to do it, unfortunately, myself now, but
yeah, you do. I was gonna say, it's interesting because the only Black Widow I have has the plastic pulled back hair.
I like that one.
Yeah, so the only hot toy I have with rooted hair is Gamora, and it looks great. I can see where I'm gonna have to definitely put a little wax on that to keep the individual ones from flying away eventually after touching it, a couple times and moving the head. But it's pretty good. But short hair, no. Yeah. Definitely no.
I will say, after owning, so my Scarlet Witch has the rooted hair from Hot Toys. My first Gamora has the rooted hair from Hot Toys. The longer hair ones are hard to manage. It does look like on the new Gamora, they've done a better job on the initial styling, so hopefully it stays that way for a while.
Yeah, it's got a great wave to it, and it just sits perfectly. But
and that's how that Widow was, right? Which Widow was that? Was the not Age of Ultron?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the one that looked like the Farrah Fawcett hair. That honestly looked.
I think it was the Age of Ultron, wasn't it?
I thought Age of Ultron was short hair.
You might be right.
Civil War. Right.
Yep. Yeah, I heard a lot of people had problems with that, but it looked good though initially.
I agree. I like it.
I've tried to, so I pulled it back over her shoulders. It just sits better like that, and I pulled it over to try and get a little bit. And they had it in the box like that, and now I've tried to do it, and it's starting to get little individual pieces are flying away. So
that's what killed me about their figures. It's that one strand that's just hey, I'm going this way now.
Yeah. It is problematic. But I just think it looks so much better. With long hair, I mean, you'd never be able to move her head if she had plastic hair. It'd be horrible.
Didn't they just do one of the new Wonder Woman from 1984, Wonder Woman, doesn't she have plastic hair now?
Yeah.
And it's like a weird choice that they went from the rooted to the plastic because she's not gonna be able to move that head whatsoever.
Yeah. That's my problem with Qui-Gon Jinn. Like, it's a flexible plastic, but it looks so stupid when you move it. You know, it just doesn't move like hair.
That's really my problem with Ragnarok Loki, and why he's the. If I could choose one figure in my collection to get rooted, it would be that one, because I can't move that head whatsoever without worrying about I'm going to ruin the suit underneath him.
But that's like Legolas from from Asmus too. I really hope they do a crown version of that, because I've seen some people root that figure and it looks incredible. But I mean, especially blonde, because nobody does a good job painting blonde hair. It just looks stupid. So wow, we're in agreement for Mando. Like, probably
Mando should be the group number one for sure.
Yeah, amazing. It's great. That's a testament, man. The Star Wars figure from a new franchise.
But it's not even like, we say new franchise, but I think everyone's in agreement where it's like, this is the best Star Wars has been in 15 years, 20 years, whatever it's been. Like, I don't think there's been a better Star Wars anything. I love The Force Awakens, though, I will say. Like, I was watching, I forget the guy's name on YouTube. He's a good kind of laid back reviewer, and he's he's not one of these people that are trying to be flashy and showy and and hate everything or whatever. But God, I wish I could remember his name, give him a shout, but whatever. And he was, I went back and watched all his reviews for all the movies. And he actually was watching The Last Jedi, and his original review for The Last Jedi was okay. like he thought it was, there was parts of it that were good. He enjoyed it overall. And then he watched the Skywalker, Rise of Skywalker, and then kind of talked about The Last Jedi in relationship to it. And it's just like the whole thing's kind of a mess. But The Force Awakens, my God, I can watch that movie and over and over again. I love it. I love that movie. And every time I finish it, I'm like, this is going to be great. Oh, wait, I already know how this goes. I know. I do the exact same thing where I'm like, I watch it in hopes that somehow it'll magically change the next two parts after it. But
exactly.
It doesn't, because that movie is so good and it sets up such a great promise of a new trilogy. And then it's just that trilogy promise is shat upon almost instantly in the next movie. Then they just try to band-aid instead of just, at that point, you got to just stick with the new vision and just move forward. I don't know.
Has anybody, the other thing I was thinking of the other day, and this is kind of like not, I guess, pertinent to anything, but I started reading the Light of the Jedi, the book. It's good. But all three characters, yes, The Force Awakens has its detractors because it's rehash, but they did it well, and they changed it enough to make it interesting. But the three characters, again, three human characters. I think why people like Ahsoka is that she's not human.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And it would have been really cool to have a different non-human character be one of the three. If you're going to do a triumvirate of people there, plus Chewie, it would have been cool to have somebody like that, a different alien species. And they've done that in the book with one character. It's a kind of a minor character, but I hope it comes more of a prominent character. So it's already more interesting.
That's what kind of disturbs me about Star Wars, is that they have these amazing alien races that have such unique looks that every time we jump to X-Wing cockpit views or whatnot, it's like, here's another human. Here's another human. Here's a human. Hey, look, another human. Oh, hey, fish guy.
Yeah.
Human. I'm like, why aren't there more give me the interface for a squid-like creature where he's in a completely modded out X-Wing. There's this universe is supposed to be so big, and it's all these different races kind of come together. Yet the rebellion it's really the humans and a few humanoid people rebelling against.
Yeah, it seems like the rest of the galaxy is pretty okay with the Empire or the First Order. They don't really care about it at all. You got the Twi'leks, and you got what else? I don't even know. And the Mon Calamari, and that's about it. That's all the only people who really care about the oppression.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean, all the people that were all the characters that we've seen in the cantinas and stuff, like there is kind of a thing where they, and I'm not good at remembering these alien races, but the devil looking characters. The guy that was in the breakout from the Mandalorian last year. What's his face?
Oh, that guy. Yeah. No, I know
and was in the
Brown's character.
Yes, Clancy Brown, and the character that was in the cantina. Like those guys all seem to have the same attitude and throughout all the canon, as they're all kind of like douchebag
rage douches. They are douchebags that are constantly lifting up their shirt, be like, "Yeah, abs."
yeah. They'd be storming the Capitol.
No. Oh God.
Sorry.
Too real. Got too real.
But yeah, it would have been cool. Anyway, I digress. Yeah, so that's cool. Mandalorian, Beskar Mandalorian, best figure of 2020. Something good came out of 2020. Although it's still in Chicago for me. So MTJ.
Still in Hong Kong or whatever. I checked on Sideshow because I did not change my payment plan. Apparently, I don't think I'm going to get my Beskar Mando until July.
Wow. Yeah,
so that's when my payment plan's done, unless I magically change it to be single payment, which I'm not.
And I'm I was pissed that it didn't ship out right away, but I know there's a lot of shit because I've got about 4 things coming from Hong Kong, and they're all in the same. Well, I say same boat. They're not in a boat, thank God.
You think?
Well, one of those sunk, right? We had like a big freighter.
A lot of my SH Figure Arts figure sunk on that goddamn freighter that went down.
For sure.
Oh, I got an email from Premium Bandai being like, "Hey, so the pre-orders you got are now at the bottom of the Pacific Ocean." Whatever the fuck.
Here's the thing.
Yeah. I'm like, cool. All right. I guess I'll wait till they reproduce them because they said they're gonna, they're doing what they can to reproduce them, whatever. And I'm like, okay.
Wow. Yeah, I heard that was like a big, massive. That was one of those massive ships, man.
Yep, that was giant shipment of product. I feel bad for those companies, honestly. Like I can wait. I'm fine. I don't mind.
Yeah. But I mean, if it had been this or something like this is going airmail, but still. But I mean, everything's fucked up because of everything that's going on.
But like everything's fucked up because of everything, and then there's a storm that took down a ship. That is like a little icing on a cake. That's
2020, kids.
Yeah.
2020. All right. Well, it's over. It's 2021. Let's start making our lists and putting them in order so that next year when we do this.
Yeah. Just do it on the fly, ladies and gentlemen. It works.
like all these shows. So, all right. Thanks all 4 or 5 or 6 of you that joined us. Really appreciate it. Anybody who's watching this afterwards, make sure to subscribe so that you can find out next time we're going to do one of these live and, as organized as it is. And we'll take care. We'll see you in maybe a couple of weeks.
Bye, guys.